Enjoyed the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day show, and we hope you'll tune back in tonight at 10 p.m. Central for the Simmons Bank Friday night high school scoreboard show. Rex Nelson and Nate Olson will take you all the way up to midnight with scores, interviews, and the all-new Rex's Road to the Rock rankings and playoff previews. Playoff brackets will get filled in this evening. Coaches, journalists, play-by-play guys, be sure to call in your scores at 501-298-BALL. That's 501-298-2255. So we can get every score in the state in tonight's Simmons Bank Friday night high school scoreboard show. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Simmons Bank, Centerpoint Energy and Summit Utilities, UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Arkansas Delta Byways Regional Tourism, the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas, Hot Springs, Keep Arkansas Beautiful, Saracen Casino Resort in Pine Bluff, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Arkansas Brighter Future 529, in partnership with Arkansas Tourism and State Parks, the Poultry Federation, Lyon College in Batesville, Tim Griffin for Arkansas Attorney General Campaign, Arkansas Blue Cross and Blue Shield, Southern Arkansas University in Magnolia, the Murphy's Art District in El Dorado, Arkansas Rice, Ouachita Baptist University, and the Great American Conference. Folks, I'm Kelly Blair. I hope you've enjoyed listening half as much as I've enjoyed talking football with you. Come on back and join us again next week on the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas High School Game Day Show, Playoff Edition.
The following is a special sports presentation from the EAB Sports Network.
It's time for Valley View Blazer football on FM News Talk 102.1. Presented by NEA Baptist, Domino's Pizza, Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, First National Bank, and Kavanaugh Auto Group. Now, let's go to the NEA Baptist broadcast booth and join Randy Myers for the First National Bank pregame show.
Good evening from Pioneer Stadium on the campus of Batesville High School, where tonight the red-hot Valley View Blazers close out the regular season by going after their 9th straight win and an outright 5A East title against the Batesville Pioneers. Hello, everybody. I'm Randy Myers in the NEA Baptist broadcast position. I'll be joined a little bit later in the First National Bank pregame show by Coach Jason Smith. This game is not only high stakes for Valley View, but also for Batesville, which faces the pressure of likely needing a win to extend its season into the playoffs next week. The Pioneers got a dose of humility last week, losing in their first ever game with their crosstown rival Southside, 35-21. That setback put Batesville in a tie with Nettleton for the 3 and 4 spots in the league standings. So in the event that Valley View wins tonight and both Southside and Nettleton win, the Pioneers would be on the outside looking in next week when postseason play begins. Meanwhile, for Valley View, the Blazers remain atop the league standings and have the luxury of having already secured at least a share of the conference title, and with it, the number 1 seed in the playoffs out of the 5A East Conference. I sat down this morning with Blazers head coach Sean Cockrell for our weekly pregame visit as we recapped last week's big win over Nettleton and also previewed tonight's game here at Batesville. We'll share that conversation with you when we return in 2 minutes with Blazer Football First National Bank pregame show on the EAB Sports Network.
Follow me on a new healthcare journey full of possibilities. Experience world-class care delivered by friends, family, and neighbors right here in your community, bringing industry-leading technology to you, not the other way around. Your health record, your appointment scheduling, and your medications all in one place, and your lab results delivered the instant they're recorded. Do we look at healthcare differently? Absolutely. Experience the difference, and you will too. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century.
Best savings anywhere at First National Bank. For limited time only, a 13-month CD special at 4.15 annual percentage yield. You can visit fnbank.net/specials to lock in your rate today. Also available by visiting any of our 23 locations in Arkansas and Tennessee. 13 months, 4.15 APY at First National Bank. Offer valid as of November 2nd, 2022. Rates subject to change. Valid at all locations. $1,000 minimum to open. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make, every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to CavanaughCars.com.
The home team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to welcome Dr. Asa Schneickel. Dr. Schneickel's an A-State alum and is Northeast Arkansas's only joint revision surgeon, specializing in several forms of joint replacement. He joins the Jonesboro Sports and Orthopedics team with more than 40 years experience in getting you back in the game. So if you have a sports injury, just some nagging aches, or even need help with concussion management, call JOSM at 932-1820 to schedule an appointment. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
We welcome you back to Blazer Football on our First National Bank pregame coverage of Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network. Randy Myers joined now by Valley View head coach Sean Cockrell as tonight the Blazers close out the regular season, an opportunity to win an outright 5A East title against the Batesville Pioneers. First of all, Coach, let's recap last week's big win against Nettleton. I thought it was your most complete performance of the season in a 34-7 win against a very good team.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought, we came out and kind of hit them in the mouth, really, with the 3 scores early and big plays, was the big key to that. Had the big run from Matt and then the big run/pass catch from TJ and then the great catch and throw by Turley to Harmon. So, and they had the one drive where they scored, but it was really tough for them to get in. We limited their big plays. Defense played extremely well, and then we had some good kicks from Brody to get them in the end zone and make them go 80. We've got to continue to do that because it helps our defense out, and it's a long way to go 80 yards as opposed to 40 or 50 like we had been doing with our sky kicks and stuff. So been really good, and I thought it was a great win and over a really good football team.
And as a result of that big win and that complete performance, you're sporting a new do.
I am. Yeah, I told LaJavian early in the week, and the kids kind of caught wind of it. I was like, y'all beat Nettleton, you can shave my head or do whatever. So it's cut.
It definitely is.
And so, just trying to find motivation for the kids, sure. and we'll try to do something this week as well, and hopefully we can get a win tonight.
Well, let's recap in detail a little bit. I really felt like, to me, there were 2 big keys to that game: the great start, and then also just the way the defense performed and finished the game in the second half. But let's talk about the start. First of all, you were able to hit them with those 3 big plays that you referenced earlier, and you got up 20-0, and you kind of got them stunned and kind of shell-shocked, I thought.
Yeah, I did. We did, and I think that they kind of at that point offensively you kind of start reeling a little bit because you feel like you got to score. Well, then and then they made it 20-7 at half, and so you kind of feel like you're in it. They came out and they had to kick to us. And I think if they stop us right there, it's a different ball game. But we had a great drive, and we go down and make it 27-7, and I think that was kind of the dagger right there.
How key was that first drive of the second half?
It was huge. There's been a lot of times we've come out and gone 3 and out on our first drive after halftime. So even in games where we're up and we feel like we need to score real quick. So that was the biggest thing, I think, was that drive and going up 27-7.
The other thing I wanted to point out, and I referenced this a moment ago, but just how well the defense played in the second half. Now, I went back and I watched the streaming replay, I counted 4 red zone stops in the second half, including 2 goal line stands, including one to end the game with about half subs out there on that last defensive stand. Plus, you forced 3 turnovers and I think 8 or 9 negative plays against them on the night.
Yeah, and it was a great game plan. The kids executed. There was maybe one drive where I felt like, we were kind of lost, or maybe they made some plays on us. But other than that, they didn't have anything that we couldn't stop. We knew that Cortez was going to be great, and we had to cover him, and he had his catches. But we kept everything in front of us, nothing big over our heads. And then the goal line stands were great. And like I said, they called timeout to try to score with 8 seconds left, so brought in their heavy package, and we called timeout as well. And like I said, we had 5 or 6 guys that were subs in there, and they made a great play and got a stop for us. So defensively, just play, and we're going to have to play that great tonight as well.
Let's go back on those first 2 big scoring plays. You hit them with the big run from McMullen for about a 45-yard score, then followed that up on the trap Utah pass play with TJ. Were you surprised those plays worked as well and as effectively as they did?
Well, you go back to Matt's place. First off, we're in our nasty package. We're trying to run power off the right side. Right. Well, it kind of got stuffed in the middle, and he saw an opening out the left side, which that's not where it's supposed to go. And then when he gets out, there's nobody really there. So that surprised me a little bit. The TJ play, we've been working on it all year, and we just haven't done it yet. And Coach Riley called it, and it was a great call, and they haven't seen it. Everything that usually we do when we shift to that bunch set goes that way as well. So this is something coming back the other way. So, and then TJ, as athletic as he did, made a great run.
And you'd kind of been hinting to me that you had some stuff in mind for TJ that we hadn't seen yet, and obviously we saw that play, and then you used him as a Wildcat quarterback a couple of times too. Is this something that we're going to possibly continue to see from him tonight?
I think so. I think that, we've got to get him more touches, and a good way is to put him at quarterback if we need to. And then we've got some stuff where Turley, he doesn't come out, he just goes to receiver.
Right.
Obviously, Carson can catch the ball, he can run the ball, we can do any kind of reverse pass, anything like that. So we got to continue to do that. Plus, it's good for him because, he is an emergency quarterback for him to get some reps there as well.
All right, we turn the corner and look forward to tonight's game with Batesville. And I'm sure you've probably been asked this a few times too. I know I've been asked several times this week. How's Valley View going to approach this game? You've already got the 1 seed. You've won at least a share of the conference title. So I think a lot of people are kind of wondering if maybe you guys are going to sort of, for lack of a better way of putting it, mail this one in. My answer has been I don't think that's going to be the case, but I'm not the coach. So what does the coach say?
Well, we're trying to find motivation for the guys, and they already know we're the 1 seed. We already know kind of who we might get in the playoffs. So it's been that week, it's been tough because you got to find a way to get these guys motivated. And like I told you before we got on air that, these kids have done a great job of coming in and being focused no matter who we're playing or what the stakes are. And, games where you're supposed to win like Paragould or Forest City and we take care of business. So it's going to be tough, but, we're going to do that. But, it gets down to cutting time and we've got a chance of somebody maybe getting hurt or something like that and they may get pulled. Because at the end of the day, we're trying to win a state championship, and we already have a conference championship. And this game actually doesn't matter in the scheme of things. But the kids don't know that they're going to play hard and go as hard as they can. And then if we end up pulling somebody, or we feel like the game's out of hand either way, we're going to get them out early.
So Batesville is a team that, of course, had a coaching change in the offseason with Coach King, after several years, stepping into just the athletic director's role, and one of his former players, Ryan Morrow, has taken over, and he's very much a part of the Batesville success and tradition. He was part of a state championship team there a few years ago, and I understand that really he hasn't changed too much in his first year.
He hasn't. It's still Batesville. They're going to be under center, huge up front, big running backs come downhill right at you, play action football, and then defensively 3-4. It is what they do, and that's why they've had success. I attribute a lot of that to don't change a lot if it's been working, and it has. They're playing for a lot more than we are, so exactly. we're expecting to get their best, and who knows about the weather. It kind of probably benefits them if it's a downpour because they don't throw it as much as we do.
Right.
But hopefully none of that comes into play and we can just go out there and play.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, this is a Batesville team that is, it's almost a must-win scenario for them. And plus, there's also the added benefit for them. If they can win this game, it keeps Southside, their rival, who they lost to last week, out of the playoffs. So that gives them a little extra incentive even.
Yes, it does. And so obviously they want to win for both reasons. Right. And it's one of those things too.
Yeah,
I think that they'll come out and they know they've got to win or need to win, off a loss, and they're going to be emotional. It's senior night, that kind of stuff. So we'll have to stifle that early and try to get out on top of them, and then kind of make them feel like Nettleton did, and maybe they start trying to do stuff they're not good at.
You look at the history of this series, and I know that's something that's more important to media guys like me than it is to coaches and players, but Batesville dominated this thing early. However, you guys have bounced back to win 3 of the last 4.
I didn't know that, but yes. So
I told you.
Yeah. And that's part of it. I feel like we've gotten better and better and better. And Batesville was a team when we first got into this conference. It was Batesville win, and everybody else just kind of fought for those other spots.
Yeah.
And I think that we've made a run. Nettleton's made a run, and obviously Southside moving in has done some things. So it's a different conference, and hopefully now we're the top dog this year, and they're trying to knock us off. So hopefully we can continue to stay there and play really well tonight.
All right, Coach. Thanks for the visit as always. Good luck tonight against the Pioneers.
Thank you, Randy.
That's Coach Sean Cockrell. I'm Randy Myers. Blazer football continues in a moment on the EAB Sports Network.
You raised your family here. Did every July 4th here. Refinished the floors here twice. Sized up your daughter's boyfriends here. Waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
It's a mix and match special now at all Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations. Choose any two for $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. How about a medium 2-topping pizza, oven-baked sandwich, pasta in a tin, Domino's stuffed cheesy bread, salad, bread twists, marble brownies, and so much more. Switch it up for lunch or dinner for the whole gang. The mix and match special with any two for only $5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. Only at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations.
Elite Eye Care has a new Jonesboro location that is now open at 2100 East Highland near the Old Indian Mall. Hey, it's Brandon Baxter, and the team at Elite Eye Care is who my family trusts for their personal eye care. Elite Eye Care specializes in eye care solutions for patients of all ages, and you can be assured that your family is cared for like their own. Schedule your appointment at EliteEyeCareAndOptical.com or call 972-6040. Elite Eye Care at 2100 East Highland in Jonesboro and at 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Elite Eye Care, your vision is our focus.
A few years ago, a friend of mine was going to town to have lunch with the president of a college that he supported. He was stopped for speeding, and the trooper asked for his driver's license, and Jim said, "I don't have my driver's license. They're in my billfold at home." The trooper asked why his billfold was at home. He said, "I'm having lunch with the college president, and the last thing you want to take with you is your billfold." Best price, best service. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops.
And we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium in Batesville, where we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff for Valley View in Batesville in the 5A East regular season finale here at Pioneer Stadium. Valley View enters tonight's game on an 8-game winning streak and playing for the outright league title after whipping Nettleton 34-7 last week at Central Dealership Stadium. The View used a combination of 3 big first-half scoring plays to stun the Raiders with a 20-0 start, and then the defense preserved the win by coming up with 4 second-half stops inside the red zone, including a couple of goal line stands. They also came up with 3 turnovers and forced 8 negative plays against the Nettleton offense on the night. Jay Mormon and Daquan Galloway each secured interceptions, and Dedrick Bournes recovered a fumble to account for those 3 aforementioned turnovers. Meanwhile, turnovers and special teams play doomed Batesville in their loss to Southside as more than 5,000 people gathered to watch what locals dubbed as the first ever Battle of the Bridge. The Pioneers turned the ball over 6 times against the Southside defense with 4 interceptions and a couple of fumbles. They also had a punt that was blocked and returned for a score in losing 35-21. Our pregame coverage of Blazer football on KBTM and the Blazer News Network, where we are streaming tonight on YouTube, is brought to you by First National Bank, where they put you first always. We'll step aside for a brief timeout and back in a moment on the EAB Sports Network.
Farmers and Merchants Bank announces the lobby of our new branch in Jonesboro is now open. The drive-thru is an MVP center with live video tellers 7 to 7 weekdays and 9 till noon on Saturdays. So in addition to our beautiful bank on Highland, you can also visit our new branch at the corner of Southwest Drive and Parker. More MVPs, more ATMs, more me banking at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Kids grow up so fast, and so has the Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic. This is our clinic's 10th year of creating healthier tomorrows for the kids in Northeast Arkansas. There's no need to cross the river or hit the highway for your cardiology or diabetes needs. Road trips are for fun, not for health care. The team at Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic is celebrating by doing what we always do, giving your kids more time to be kids. Learn more.
Drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
A-State football and the Social Jonesboro are the perfect winning combination for game day. The Social has an amazing, delicious, fantastic, and tasty menu that goes perfect for pre or post game. Plus, the official Red Wolves away game watch party takes place at the Social. What we're saying is, it does not get any better than the Social on Red Wolves game day. The name says it all. Get Social at The Social and get ready to howl with fellow A-State Red Wolves fans on every game day. The Social at Greensboro Village in Jonesboro.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our community together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you.
I'll tell you
Don't
what,
get a bad deal. Get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Have you had to pay for costly lifetime replacement warranties on new systems? But hurry before the new government regulations take effect. Call More Air Conditioning today. A Google guarantee.
And we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium here on the campus of Batesville High School as we continue to count you down to kickoff for Valley View and Batesville in 5A East Conference play and the last game of the regular season. I'm Randy Myers, joined now by Jason Smith. And Coach, the Blazers coming into this one with a ton of momentum after their most complete performance of the season last week against a very good Nettleton team.
Well, they really did. And, and I think a lot of people were surprised, even the coaches. But, that's what chunk plays will do, and that's what, football is a funny game of momentum. Nettleton didn't know what hit them, and it was 20-0 before you could blink an eye. But, you gotta put last week, and and set our sights on this Pioneer team who's fighting. It could be fighting for their playoff lives tonight.
This is an interesting scenario because it's as you look across the conference at the standings and the teams that are in Valley View pretty much is the only team, I guess, along with Wynn that Valley View certainly is the only team that knows its complete fate because we do know that the Blazers will be the number 1 seed. Wynn is in, not sure yet if they'll go, as a 2 or a 3. It kind of depends on how they do tonight against Nettleton. Nettleton's in a scenario where they could be in as the 2 seed or completely out, depending on the outcome of their game tonight with Wynn. And then this Batesville team also on all but must-win situation. They need to win to get into the playoffs, and a win tonight would also help them shut Southside out of the playoffs. And that's important to these kids at Batesville, especially after losing to Southside last week. It's an opportunity for them to get a little bit of vengeance.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And what a scene was it last Friday night up at Southside, up on top of Ramsey Mountain, with over, like you said, over 5,000 fans in attendance, and selling commemorative tickets for $20 a piece, and not a night that the Southerners will soon forget, but I think that Batesville would like to forget that. And what better way to get that bad taste out of your mouth than try to upset the Blazers tonight?
Because that was a little bit of a dose of humility for them. I mean, they'd never played before, but Batesville had always kind of, I think it's safe to say, from the outside looking in, Batesville had kind of always looked down their nose a little bit at Southside as little brother, and little brother reared up and punched him straight in the nose last week.
They did, and what I think high school sports and rivalries are so important, and especially good, healthy rivalries. And now that Southside has gotten bigger and gotten into the 5A in football, I mean, my goodness, what a rivalry is that's developing. And I really believe that the old Batesville Newport rivalry now is going to be the Batesville Southside rivalry.
I have no doubt. Yeah, in fact, it stands to be even bigger if that's possible.
Could be.
We'll step aside for a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with more pregame information as we count you down toward kickoff for Valley View and Batesville. It's the regular season finale with an outright conference title on the line for the Blazers. We'll return in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
No matter what the season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful, and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy them.
Happy winging from Wings to Go.
Save $80 on the spot at Plaza Tire Service when you purchase 4 in-stock Nokia and One tires. That's instant savings right now at Plaza Tire Service. No forms to complete, no waiting for a card in the mail. Plus, you can make the purchase easy on your wallet with a Plaza Tire Service credit card, featuring 6 months deferred interest on purchases over $149 or one of our no credit needed financing solutions. For limited time, save $80 instantly on 4 in-stock Nokia and One tires for your car, exclusively at Plaza Tire Service.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing better for yourself and fellow Arkansans. Better service from friendly professionals who really invest in your goals. Better solutions with convenient tools and smart resources. And better support for the things that matter to you, as well as the communities that matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Don't let your credit stop you from getting your next vehicle. Drive your deal to the max at a dealer financing you, Automax of Jonesboro. Hi folks, Craig Stone here. If you need to upgrade your ride, don't worry about your past. Come to Automax. At Automax, we have financing to fit your budget with affordable monthly payments and low down payments. Give us a call at 870-934-9200 or speed up your approval by applying online at AutomaxJonesboro.com. And hey, we buy cars too, even if you don't buy ours. So if you're looking to buy new, give us a chance to buy yours and ensure you get the most out of your trade-in. Automax, financing you.
Welcome back to Pioneer Stadium. Randy Myers along with Jason Smith under the headset in the NEA Baptist broadcast position as we continue along with our First National Bank pregame coverage of Blazer football here on the EAB Sports Network. We're also streaming tonight on YouTube on the Blazer News Network's new YouTube page. We acknowledge those guys, the student crew from from Taylor Settlemeyer's Valley View High School Digital Media and Cinema class. Our streaming crew tonight, the assistant director is Aiden Rector. The camera operators are John Mark Brown, Carter Zipfel, and Catherine Holmes. We appreciate those young men and women for helping us get this one streaming on YouTube tonight. And this is going to be hopefully a pretty much a weekly thing of the future from here on out. As we do welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium, we take a little closer look at the series. And Coach, this is a series that tonight is the 9th meeting between the Pioneers and the Blazers. Batesville leads the series 5-3, but Valley View has won 3 of the last 4, including last season's 17-7 decision at Central Dealership Stadium.
Yeah, and Batesville's a tradition-rich program. Obviously, what Dave King did here for 25 years or better, and I believe that and as I've watched these junior high teams play the last few years, you can kind of see it coming. And I'll be honest, I really believe that we pull with 5-4 tonight, and then for the next couple of years, Valley View's going to overtake that league. But Valley View's still a young program. Batesville's had football, for as long as you and I have been alive, so that's not unusual. But it's senior night here at Batesville, and it's not going to be an easy task.
No, it won't. The Blazers' first win in this series came in a memorable fog game back in 2018 that a lot of folks that were here will certainly remember as a very thick fog rolled in off the White River, which is only about probably less than a quarter mile away from us to the south of us. But Valley View was able to win that game that night 16-10 and win a share of their first ever 5A East Conference title. The biggest margin of victory for Valley View came the next year when the regular season 10-0 team beat the Pioneers 23-14. Batesville's biggest win in the series occurred in 2016 when the Pioneers took a 38-0 decision. Valley View comes into this game 8-1 overall, looking for its 9th straight win. The Blazers are 6-0 in conference play and have already won at least a share of the conference crown. They could win it outright with a victory tonight. Batesville is 6-3 overall. The Pioneers are 4-2 in conference play, with their only league losses having come to win and then the loss last week at Southside. The Blazers come into this one averaging 33 points per game. They allow 15 points per outing. Batesville, similar numbers offensively. They average 28.1 points per game, but they're giving up almost 22 points per game. Sean Cockrell is in his 9th season as the head coach of the Blazers. He's got an overall record of 53 wins and 40 losses, along with 2 conference titles under his belt. Ryan Morrow, the new coach at Batesville, in his first season. He is a former Pioneer player, played for Coach Dave King, who we mentioned earlier, and was a member of their state championship team here back in 2003. We look at the rankings for this game, and Jason, there are 2, maybe 3 websites that cover Arkansas high school football pretty closely. And, of course, the go-to for most everybody is Hootens, and Valley View is number 7 in the 5A rankings in the Hootens.com poll. But they have very quietly crept up to the number 1 spot in the Scorebook Live poll. They've kind of done that under the radar.
Yeah, and I saw that, you know, and the Hootens deal. We were ranked so low to begin the season, and that was fine with Coach Cockrell and this staff. It gave a little ammunition, but you know, there's no hiding from your success this year now, and you know, those rankings are good for guys like you and I, but they don't mean a hill of beans for these guys. And you know, as the fireworks go off, it's playoff football. Tonight's not an eliminator, but you know, we're here in the first week of November, and there's not a better time in high school football than that first week of November.
The predictions, Hootens, Scorebook Live, and the Jonesboro Sun all picking Valley View to win this game. Here's your officiating crew tonight. The referee is Bobby Reagan. The umpire is Denton McDonald. The back judge is Michael Sims. The line judge is Matt Finley. And I'm not sure who the head linesman will be. We were not provided that information, but we got 4 of the 5. The names of 4 of the 5 anyway. So the head linesman will remain a mystery man, at least for now. As we look at the standings, as we mentioned, Valley View all alone in sole possession of first place. Blazers at 6-0 in the league and 8-1 overall. Wynn is in the 2 spot at 5-1 in the league, 7-2 overall, and Batesville and Nettleton tied for the 3 spot with 4-2 conference records. Southside currently still mathematically with a chance at the postseason. They are 3-3 in the conference, 5-4 overall. Valley View is going to get the ball first. We're ready to play football here at Pioneer Stadium. Glad you're with us tonight for Blazer football on KBTM and the EAB Sports Network and the Blazer News Network.
And there's that wind. It blew the football off the tee to start the game.
It was a crosswind blowing out of the south.
Yeah, and so that'll be interesting to see how that affects the football game tonight.
Here's the kick. It will go deep and bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Valley View will start at the 20, so no opportunity for Daquan Galloway, who was nearest the ball, to return that one. The Blazers will set up camp at the 20-yard line. Valley View in their road white uniforms, the clean look with white jerseys and pants, blue numbers and trim, and white helmets with the Valley View logo on one side and the respective player's number on the other side. As Carson Turley leads the offense onto the field, he'll send Jackson Harmon and TJ Stark split wide to the near side. 2 receivers off to the right as well. Just underway, and glad you're with us tonight for Blazer football. Here come the Blazers at the line of scrimmage. Harmon out of the gun, Caldwell on his left hip as the running back. He'll hand it to Caldwell. Caldwell looks for some room and follows his blockers across the 20, picked up 2, maybe 3. Looks like about a 3-yard game, or a 2.5-yard game. We'll call it a gain of 2 at 2nd and 8 for Valley View from the 22 as Caldwell found a little room there in the middle, but not much.
Yeah, and I think you'll see a vanilla look here early from the Blazers, you know, just to kind of feel them out. And you know how the Blazers play. It seems like they just test all opponents early.
Trips right, 1 man to the left. Turley's going to keep it, finds a crease, and not much more after that. He puts his head down and bulls his way forward for 1 or 2 and stop for a short gain. It'll bring up 3rd and long for Valley View from about the 24-yard line. Trips to the right, 1 single receiver to the near side. It's Harmon. Blazers going tempo. Now we've got a stop and play and a timeout taken by Batesville. They were not ready for Valley View to snap the ball there and decided to burn their first timeout very early.
Yeah, it was an early timeout, but they were going to get penalized for too many men on the field right there had they not called that, which would have set up a really 3rd and short. So probably not a bad idea. You just if you're Batesville, you hate to burn that timeout here on the 3rd play of the game.
So we'll just hold it here for the time being with the timeout on the field as both teams make their way to their respective sidelines. Valley View again will be facing a 3rd and a long 6 from the Batesville 24-yard line. The ball will be just inside the left hash as Valley View moves from right to left. Both teams now making their way back out onto the field. Blazers will send 2 receivers wide to the right and 1 to the near side. Got an H-back right as well. Turley back to throw, rolling right on play action, fires downfield. Did he hang on to the ball? Catch is made by Bo Smith, I believe, close to a first down. Maybe a little bit shy, but he says it's first down, and so the official. So Turley and Smith hook up to move the chains for Valley View.
has a low ball. He went down and got it. I wasn't sure he made that catch, but he's got his daddy's good hands. Now he also has his daddy's athleticism, as he may have tripped over that line, but he's enough to get that first down.
Absolutely. I couldn't tell if he hung on to the ball or not because he had his back to us, but he did indeed. The Blazers moved the chains. First down at the 30-yard line on the right hash. The give to Caldwell. Caldwell running patiently behind his blockers, picks up about 3 there, got a little more than I thought, and brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 33 for Valley View.
Yeah, that was a pretty good spot there because it looked like they met Slade right there at the line of scrimmage, but he's so low to the ground that he gets an extra yard more often than not.
Trips right, Twins left, empty backfield for Turley. On 2nd and 7 from the 33, ball on the right hash. Turley's back to throw, fires complete to Harmon on the screen pass. Harmon across the 20, 35, up to the 40, and knocked out of bounds, but not before he got the first down to move the chains up to the 41-yard line.
Yeah, and a really nice job there by T.J. Starks. T.J.'s worked really hard. Early in the year, he's not going to make that block downfield, but as he's moved kind of into that H-back slot, he and Smith kind of both run the same thing on different sides, but nice block to get that first down.
Smith and Wilson are split wide right, Harmon to the left on first down from the 41. Here's a give to Caldwell. Caldwell slips the tackle, but not the second wave, and they've made him and throw him back. Looks like he'll get about a 1-yard gain maybe, depending on the spot. Give him 1. It's 2nd and 9 from the 42 for Valley View. Just underway, 9:47 to play first period. Valley View on its opening possession of the night. Trips to the right, Harmon to the near side. Turley's back to throw, but we've got whistles just as the ball is snapped.
Yeah, they're going to call a false start there. Looks like on our right tackle, but the only thing that kind of bugs you about that call is how quick he did it, and the spot that the official called it from. A little unusual there.
Yeah. Moves the ball back to the 37-yard line. That brings up 2nd and about 14 for Valley View. Again, 3 receivers to the right. Harmon is split wide left. Turley fires, complete on a screen pass to Stark. Stark slips the first tackle, dragging people with him across the 40, back up to about the 42-yard line. And that will bring up 3rd and 9 for the Blazers. So Stark's able to get the penalty yardage back, +1. And it's 3rd and 9 from the 42. Ball on the right hash. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Turley to throw. Sets up, got time. Looking deep for Wilson, but overthrows him, and that'll set up 4th and long for Valley View. The Blazers will have to punt.
Yeah, and he was able to isolate Mark Wilson over there one-on-one, but I think the wind kind of caught that ball. Seems like it floated on him a little bit, and Mark just wasn't able to go up and get that one.
So Turley will drop back into punt formation. The Batesville return man will stand at his own 22 on the left hash. Turley will be standing at the 31. Now we appear to have another stop in play. Not sure if this is, I think this may be an official's timeout. Apparently it's an equipment issue with one of the Pioneers, so they'll make a substitution. Into the game comes Jaden Henderson replacing Riley Gregg.
Yeah, and watch out for this punt returner, Gabe Witt. Big, strong running back, and I don't think that we want to kick it to him in stride.
200-pounder. Here's the low kick, knuckleball kick kind of, and it will bounce, and Valley View will down it at the 30-yard line. So Batesville will not get a chance to return it, and the Pioneers will start at the 30 on the left hash. So we'll get our first look at the Pioneer offense led by quarterback Rhett McDonald, a 6', 170-pound senior. He's got big running backs, as you just mentioned. Gabe Witt, he's a 5'10", 200-pound tailback. The fullback is Holden Hutchins, a 245-pound 6'3" senior, and they definitely coming at you with a downhill attack.
Yes, they are. They're going to come right at you, and they're just going to they're going to put hat on hat and see if they can't grind this thing out. They're not looking to throw the football a whole lot, but we're going to have to make stops, and we need to make them early right at the line of scrimmage.
1 receiver to the left for the Pioneers, 2 to the right. Direct snap over to the left side, and that's a running play up to about the 37-yard line. McDonald working out of the gun that time. and able to get about 7 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 3 for the Pioneers.
Yeah, that was a design run all the way, and Batesville saw something there because I haven't seen that particular play on film a lot from Batesville, but they saw something against our defense that I have no doubts that Coach Wilbanks will make an adjustment.
Twins to the right, actually trips right now for the Pioneers, no one to the left. McDonald goes under center this time. He'll bring one back in motion. He'll line up or shift in motion in the backfield, and they'll hand it off to the tailback on the delayed draw, and he is met at the line of scrimmage and will probably lose a yard or two.
And I think there's a flag down too. I think it's going to be a hold.
There is laundry on the field, so it's going to go against Batesville, it looks like, and Valley View will take the penalty. That's going to be a hold marked off from the spot of the foul, and we'll move the ball back to the 25-yard line. So that will set up a 2nd and 15 for Batesville. Again, the line of scrimmage is the 25. They'll send 3 receivers to the right, no one to the left. McDonald back in the gun. Running back motions out into the flats near side. They'll throw a screen pass to him. Catches it, slips the first tackle, and fights forward across the 30 up to about the 32 or the 33. And that'll bring up a 3rd and about 9 for the Pioneers. 38 maybe.
That's a nice play there by Jet Brasher, and he's a kid who, I think I heard you on the radio earlier today talking about he's just a kid who's gotten better and better, and he's solidified that left outside linebacker spot, and is having a really nice junior year.
Had a great game last week. One of the leading tacklers, he and Huff, leading tacklers with 9 stops against the Raiders. 1 receiver wide to each side. They go true I formation, get off to the tailback. He breaks to the outside and is tripped up right after he got the first down at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, that's the big boy. That's the fullback.
Holden Hutchins on that carry. And coming at the Blazers with a full head of steam, they're able to get the first down with a spot at the just shy of the 42-yard line on the left hash.
Yeah, he's coming in at 6'3", 245, and I don't know about you, Randy, but I don't think I would like to tackle that.
No, absolutely not, especially when he's got a full head of steam behind him like that. It is a first down for Batesville. Again, the ball on the left hash at the Pioneer 42. Twins right, 1 receiver to the left. McDonald goes under center. We got a man in motion. We've got a timeout taken by the Pioneers. They have already burned their 2nd timeout of the half here.
Yeah, and I don't know if you noticed, and I don't know if we need to go to break or not, but 22, who is the Witt kid, I mean, he's limping. He was visibly limping going into that play, and I think that the coaches may have seen that and thought, well, we need to get him out because I guess the ball was probably going to him on first down, and so we may see a heavier dose of Hudgens tonight.
Could be. I did not notice the limp there for Witt, but that's a good catch there and probably why they call that timeout. So we'll just keep it here. It's, again, a first down for Batesville from the 42-yard line. Ball remains at the left hash. No score as of yet. 6:39 to play first period. Valley View able to pick up a couple of first downs on its first possession before having to punt, but Batesville now on its first possession has acquired 1 first down thus far. And McDonald makes his way back out onto the field after getting last-minute instructions from Coach Ryan Morrow. They'll send Jace Jeffrey wide to the left. Got 1 receiver to the near side as they go back to the I formation. McDonald under center, bring the receiver to the left in motion near side. And McDonald's back to throw on play action. Looks downfield, catch is made, and immediately tackled at about the 48-yard line. It was Jeffrey on the reception.
Jay Mormon with the stand-up, and Carson Winters with the cleanup. Nice tackles there, but we were awful soft on that. It's just 2-man route, and we were giving them 4 or 5 yards before contact.
Moves the ball forward to the 49-yard line on the right hash. It brings up a 2nd and 3 for the Pioneers. They'll send 2 receivers to the left. McDonald goes under center. Backs in the eye, give it off to the tailback. That's Hutchins, I believe, running left side. He's got the first down and tackled right after he gets past the marker. But it will move the chains. The ball will be spotted at the Valley View 45-yard line.
I believe that was...
that was not Hutchins. That was Troy Stapleton.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see if Hudgens is just not able to carry the mail, and that'd be a big blow for the Pioneers.
Stapleton's a 5'8", 185-pound senior. They picked up their second first down. Ball at the Blazer 46. Their best field position of the night. Twins right, one receiver to the left. McDonald in the gun. Tight end drifts in motion near side. And McDonald's going to keep it, running across the middle, met right at the line of scrimmage. It might have forward progress of a yard. That'll be it.
Yeah, something to watch for is, as you can see, at Batesville, they run a guy in every time to quote, bring the play in.
Right.
But you'll watch, and if you'll see sometimes that they'll do exactly what they're doing right now, they'll bring two back over. One will stay right at the numbers or right on the sideline. And they've burned many a team in the 5A East on a go ball right there doing that. And you see they're doing a lot of that tonight. We're gonna see them try it at some point.
Gentry Moody just checked in as you were mentioning that. Got receivers one wide to each side. It's a running play across the middle, and it's close to first down yardage. They may have enough to move the chains. It'll be very close. And it looks like it'll be 3rd and 1 as they advance the ball forward to the Valley View 37-yard line.
I believe that's the 4th Pioneer that's carried the football so far this drive.
So it's 3rd and less than a yard for Batesville from the Valley View 37. McDonald goes under center this time. Give it off to the fullback. He has the first down as he powers his way across the 35 to about the 32.
Yeah, there's Hudgens again. That's a big, strong kid, and got a good head of steam and got that first down.
Right now they've got this Blazer defense on their heels a little bit.
Yes, they do, but I'll tell you, it looks like they're throwing the kitchen sink at us right now. They're all using multiple formations and a lot of different kids carrying the football. I believe our defense will settle in.
Twins to the right, one receiver to the left on first down from the 33. McDonald keeps it, runs left side across the 30 down to about the 28, maybe the 27. Got 4, brings up 2nd and 6 for the Pioneers. Ball will be just inside the left hash at the Blazer 28. 3:37 to play, first period. This drive began at their own 30. This unofficially will be the 10th play of the drive coming up. Trips near side, no one to the left. Running play on the direct snap. Short gain to about the Valley View 24-yard line. I believe that was Holden Hutchins again on that carry as they sent him the direct snap. Brings up 3rd and about a yard and a half here for Valley View, or for Batesville rather. Ball is at the Blazer 24, just inside the right hash.
And they're going with a power set right here.
Hutchins goes, or rather McDonald under center, keeps it on the quarterback sneak. And I
think he's going to be a little short.
But it'll all depend on the mark. He got a pretty good surge, and he got stood up and thrown back. And from here, it does look short. Based on the spot, it'll bring up 4th and less than a yard for Batesville. The ball will be at the Valley View 23-yard line.
Time and time again this season, this Valley View D-line has come up with big plays, and this will be a nice time to make one. But that's a big offensive line there for the Batesville Pioneers. It's going to be a good play right here.
Here come the Pioneers. McDonald under center. Offset eye. They give it off to the fullback. He appears to have the first down. Hutchins on the carry. Gets it to the 21. That'll move the chains for Batesville. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line of Valley View as Batesville able to keep the drive alive, with another first down.
Yeah, and Batesville's doing exactly what they wanted. You know, they're eating clock. They're staying in front of the sticks and just pounding away, and they'd love to score right here at the end of the quarter.
1:34 remaining in the opening frame. Pioneers send one receiver to the near side. Hutchins gives it off to the tailback. That is Gentry Moody. Not much there that time. basically no gain. It remains 2nd and 10.
I think that's going to be key. You know, if on 1st and 2nd down that you can put them in situations to where it's not 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4, then the offense for Batesville is not nearly as efficient as they are when they've got a favorable 3rd down.
Gave him about a half yard on the spot there, but we'll still call it 2nd and 10. Receivers 1 wide to each side. McDonald under center. Looking to throw, fires incomplete, trying to hook up out in the flats with Jace Jeffrey, but Jeffrey unable to gather it in. It'll fall incomplete, and it brings up 3rd and 10 for Batesville from the 21.
Yeah, this is a big play right here. You got to figure it's 4-down territory, which, however, Batesville traditionally has great field goal kickers, and I think that 99, I think he's a really good one. So they may go for the 1st down and then try it out and see if they can't get that 3 points.
3rd and 10 from the 21. Trips to the near side. No one to the left. They'll send back in motion to the near side. Throw it right side. The ball is caught on the screen pass. He's inside the 15 down to about the 13-yard line. I don't think they got the 1st down. So it'll be 4th.
4th and 1 looks like.
Yep. 4th and 1 from the 12-yard line.
Yep, they're going to go.
This will be the 16th play of the drive coming up with 20 seconds remaining in the 1st period. So this will likely be the last play of the quarter. McDonald under center. Gives it off to Hutchins. Hutchins met.
I think he's going to be stood up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Second effort might have got it. It looked like the Blazers had stonewalled him first, but second effort they may give it to him. We'll have to see where they spot the ball.
Yeah, it's I think it's going to be a 1st down.
That appears to be the case. It is indeed. So the drive remains alive, and that will end the 1st period with no score, but Batesville knocking at the door when we return. We'll be back in 30 seconds to begin the 2nd quarter. You're listening to Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
This is Keith Baird with Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
Back at Pioneer Stadium in Batesville. No score as of yet in this regular season finale between the Blazers and Pioneers, but Batesville will have a 1st down at the 11-yard line when we get ready to begin the 2nd quarter here momentarily.
Yeah, 17-yard drive or 17-play drive. You don't see a whole lot of those, and counting. You know, it reminds me of a junior high football game in that Valley View's had 1 possession so far in this football game.
Ball again will be spotted at the 11. Batesville now moving from right to left. McDonald goes under center. Gives it off to the tailback, running laterally, and he is strung out and then thrown back. He'll lose probably a couple yards here depending on the mark.
Really nice play there by Matt McMullen, just stringing it out and then just hanging on, standing him up, making sure he does not get any face mask until he gets help from the linebacking core who've been so good all year. But Matt McMullen, wow, he's just turned into a heck of a football player.
Sure has. He's been a great addition to this team. That ball is going to be spotted all the way back at the 14, so it's a loss of 3 for the Pioneers, and 2nd and 13 from there. They can get a 1st down without scoring, but they got to get to the 1-yard line. McDonald under center. Give it off to the tailback. That is Moody, and Moody met at the line of scrimmage, fights his way forward for a couple. Actually, that was Hutchins on the carry.
Yeah, and I believe that was Laird Collins coming up from his safety spot to initiate contact there. And, you know, just another one of those kids who, you know, early on in the year was over on the sidelines and as a sophomore, but he wasn't satisfied with that. And he has been a really, really good defensive player, too. This Valley View defense just gotten better and better.
Sure have. That was only a gain of 1, so it's 3rd and 12 from the 13. Pioneers send 3 receivers to the right. McDonald out of the gun this time with Hutchins on his right hip. rolling right on play action, looking to throw, lofts it. That ball will be incomplete as it basically just a throwaway ball. He threw that one out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think we'll see him go for the field goal here. Really good job of a couple of minor adjustments by the Valley View defense to make 3 really good plays defensively there to close out that drive.
Aldo Gallardo is the Batesville kicker. He's a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. This will be about a 30-yard attempt, roughly. Kick is in the air, and it is no good. He missed it left.
He did.
It looked like the wind might have got a hold of that possibly.
I'm telling you, when the ball is in the air on the radio dial going right to left, it's going to float and flutter. It's kind of like a knuckleball. It just kind of hangs in the air there, and it's not wet on the field yet, but that wind is certainly determining some outcomes of plays.
Well, I'm not certain that the wind is the reason he missed that field goal, but I can't help but think that it may have factored in a little bit because the wind is, it's blowing across field directly out of the south, and he hooked it left. Here comes Valley View back the other way. First down from the 20-yard line. Spread the field with 2 receivers wide each side. The handoff to Caldwell, or is that Caldwell?
I think Carson kept that one. Here he goes.
Yeah, he did. He's moving the pile and has close to a first down. He may have it as he keeps moving it up to about the 31-yard line. That'll be a first down for Valley View.
I'll be honest, I thought that was going to be a 1 or 2 yard gain, and the next thing you know, he just keeps those legs churning. Offensive line keeps pushing, and we get a first down.
He is incredibly strong for a 162-pound kid. I mean, it's just he just never ceases to amaze me sometimes. Trips left, 1 receiver to the right for the View. Turley out of the gun. And now we've got whistles just as the ball is snapped. Apparently it's going to be a false start against the View.
Yeah, and you hate to see that. We need to play in front of the sticks best we can tonight and keep drives alive, keep them going because we're the deeper team. I believe we're the more talented football team, but, we need to get on the scoreboard as quick as we can, and getting behind the sticks isn't going to help.
Moves the ball back to the 26. Twins left and right. Turley out of the gun. Handed off to Caldwell. Caldwell fights his way forward, back up to the 30, maybe the 31, as he got most of the penalty yardage back, it appeared. And now it sets up a 2nd and 10. Ball will be just inside the right hash. Blazers now moving from left to right. 2 receivers left and right. Turley out of the gun, looking to throw. Pump fakes now. Hits Wilson out in the flats. Wilson fights forward for a couple extra yards, gets it up to the 40, maybe the 41.
They're going to be about a yard short there. Nice throw and catch, just a simple play, and now we're going to go nasty.
Here comes the jumbo package. Matt McMullen, Brian Huff, Jay Mormon, Cal Richardson among the fresh bodies checking in for Valley View. Carson Winters also in. McMullen will be the running back. Turley will go under center on 3rd and 1 from the 40. Turley has the first down as he keeps it and moves the ball out over the left side, move the chains for Valley View.
Yeah, I love that play call there. And, like you said, extremely strong kid, but also just as tough a kid as you'll find as a high school football player. And he just lets that running back just push him ahead and get that first down.
Fresh set of downs for Valley View from the 43-yard line. Ball on the right hash. Trips left, 1 receiver to the near side. Turley out of the gun. Back to throw. He's got time. Now here comes pressure. He steps aside, fires downfield. He's got Wilson. Catch made. First down inside Batesville territory at the 25-yard line.
I'll tell you what, and this isn't the Carson Turley broadcast, but I mean, my goodness, there was a defensive end.
Tremendous poise right there.
He sure did, and then Mark Wilson with a huge catch across the middle.
Ball at the 24, Blazers going tempo. Turley on the keeper. Now the late pitch out to Caldwell. Caldwell powers his way forward down to about the 16-yard line.
Talk about another strong kid.
Yeah.
That's dynamite because he may have, I hope the kid's okay, but he may have just knocked out that defensive back for Batesville.
Yeah, he is shaken up clearly. He got up and then went back to his knees, and right now there is a pause in play. He's going to need to come off the
field. Yeah, he is. I think he's probably seeing stars.
Yeah, sending the trainers out to tend to him right now. I'm kind of like you. I'm not sure if he knows exactly where he is.
No, and Slade's as nice of a guy as possible off the field, but he's got a little nasty streak to him inside the stripes, and he laid the lumber on that lick there.
So Valley View will have it facing 2nd and 3 at the Pioneer 17-yard line. The ball will be just inside the right hash. The injured Pioneer is Hayden Huckabee, a junior defensive back, 5'10", 165-pound 11th grader. Making his way to the sidelines under his own power, so hopefully he's okay. But you can still tell he's a little bit wobbly.
Yeah, he's seeing some stars. Hopefully a young man will be okay and kind of go shake it off over there.
Here come the Blazers, twin receivers left and right. Turley out of the gun. The give to Caldwell. Caldwell runs behind the line, should have enough to move the chains, I do believe. As he picked up about, well, maybe not. Going to be close. Maybe got 2 instead of 3.
Yeah,
no,
I think
it is a first down.
Yeah.
So that does move the chains for Valley View. The ball will be spotted at the 13-yard line of Batesville on the left hash. No scores of yet, but Valley View in the red zone, knocking at the door with 7:43 to play. Turley takes the snap, running left, caught from behind, surges forward for a couple of yards. As they just got him with a waist tackle there.
Yeah, they did. But that time, Batesville's the right side of their defense did a good job on a push there, and they got into the backfield and kind of blew that play up before it began.
Gain of 1. It'll bring up 2nd and 9 from the 12. Caldwell, Smith, and Wilson split wide to the near side. Starks and Harmon are wide left. Turley alone in the backfield. Throws it right to Caldwell. Caldwell across the 10, over the 5, into the end zone as he finds the checkered paint at Pioneer Stadium, and the Blazers are on the board.
Yeah, really nice blocks there by Mark Wilson and Bo Smith to spring him. That's a little different look than we've seen, a little swing pass. But that's what I've been so impressed with Marty Riley this year, is that it just seems like every single week, same formations, a little different wrinkle, and it's keeping these defenses on their toes.
Here's the extra point kick for Brody Dix out of the hold of Bo Smith. Snap, place, kick is up, and it is good. 7:02 to play first quarter. The Blazers are on the board. They lead at 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Hello, I'm estate planning and elder law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations. The Oldham Law Firm, 603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Valley View able to put points on the board on their second possession of the evening after being stymied on the first possession. This time Valley View covers 80 yards in 9 plays, unofficially capped off on the 12-yard scoring pass from Carson Turley to Cade Slade Caldwell. The extra point kick was good. Valley View leads it 7-0 as we now await Brody Dix's kickoff. Return men for Batesville set up on each respective hash at the 5-yard line. That kick will be fielded right at the goal line. They're going to return it and able to get it out to about the 17-yard line. That kick was very close to being a touchback.
It was, and again, one thing that drives me nuts about football is how each level the rules are different, but it sure seemed like he took a couple steps into that end zone, and in some levels, if you do that, then it's an automatic touchback. Right. But, fortunate for us, we get the stop, and they've got a long field to go starting at their own 18.
Ball will be on the left hash at the 18-yard line. Here come the Pioneers. They'll send one receiver wide to each side as they go back to the stack I formation. McDonald under center. Give it off to the tailback. Big hole up the middle, and he'll bust forward across the 20 to about the 23-yard line on the carry by Gentry Moody.
Yeah, and is that the fifth running back that's carried the football for Batesville so far.
At least. Ball at the 24-yard line on 2nd and 4 for the Pioneers. Again, they stay with the I formation. Receivers one wide to each side. Give across the middle and a little bit shy of the first down. I believe that was Cole Glasgow on the carry.
Yeah. Another good play by Carson Winters. Carson Winters, just talk about toughness. I think maybe if your name's Carson and you're from Valley View, you're just naturally tough because
Seems to be the case.
On the defensive side of the ball, I mean, Carson's banged and bruised every week, but he just comes back and makes heck of a plays.
3rd and about 1.5 needed here for the Pioneers. The ball is at the 26-yard line, and now we have a stop and play, apparently another equipment issue. We've got the fresh sub in, and we're ready to go now. I formation again for the Pioneers. Give it off to the tailback. Hutchins running right. He's able to get outside, and now has the first down, and advances the ball out to about the 46-yard line before he's run out of bounds. That was Holden Hutchins with a nice carry.
Yeah, that young man, he's a good-looking football player, and I mean, he stiff-armed one of our defensive. It looks maybe a linebacker, and
it looked for a moment like we had the play strung out for a no gain or a short gain at best. But
yeah, he's just kept those. He kept his feet moving, and it was a nice carry.
First down from the 36. Ball on the right hash. I formation. McDonald under center. Give it off again to the tailback, running near side. Able to slip the first tackle and knocked down at about the 39-yard line by Brian Huff and company. Sets up a 2nd and about 6.5 here for Batesville. The ball will be at the Pioneer 39-yard line on the near hash as they move from right to left. We'll send Colin Wentz wide right. No one to the left. McDonald under center. Offset I, rolling right, give it off to the tailback. And he is chopped down near the line of scrimmage. Got late flags at the end of that play, so we'll see what the laundry's about.
Yeah, and you hope that that's not a face mask, but it's sure in the spot that there would be.
Going to be a hold against the Pioneers, I believe.
Love to see it.
So the step off will move the ball back from the spot of the foul to the 28-yard line, it appears, and it'll be 2nd and long for the Pioneers.
Yeah, and this is where Batesville's had their troubles this year, with penalties, mistakes, and penalties, and then having to, just come up with chunk plays. And this is a good, grinded-out Batesville team, but it's not as an explosive team as we've seen in years past from the Pioneers.
2nd and about 18 for Batesville. Ball at the 28-yard line on the right hash. Trips near side, no one to the right. McDonald out of the gun. Running back Hutchins on his right hip. He'll motion near side. And they're going to throw it. Complete out in the flats. Got a block. And a tackle made up near the 40-yard line on the reception by Connor Forey, their best receiver.
Yeah, and that was just a mistake by our secondary. I think that Mormon, and I'm not sure the other young man was 31 going off the field there, but
Daniel Richardson.
They both took the same guy, and when you do that on a screen, then it's it has a high chance of being a big play. Thankfully, back end of our defense stood tall and puts them in a long 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd and 6 for the Pioneers from the 40-yard line on the left hash. 2 receivers to the right, stack I backfield. Quarterback is back to throw on a bootleg. Sets up, fires, looking. Ball is caught by the tight end. He's got the first down inside Blazer territory. Now he's on the sideline and pushed out of bounds down near the 20-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 23 and a big play for Batesville.
Yep, and that's a patented Batesville Pioneer play. Just that deep bootleg. Carson Winters read it right, and he was in that quarterback's face. It was kind of a duck of a ball, but I think you had Huff and Mormon who both leapt to get the football. It was just a little bit over their head and a big play by that tight end.
Boston Hall making the catch. He's a 6'1", 220-pound senior. Sets Batesville up with a first down at the Blazer 23. One receiver off to the right, straight eye backfield. Give it off to the tailback, Hutchins. Hutchins, big hole up the middle across the 20 and pushes the ball forward to about the 16-yard line.
Now this Batesville offense has got our defense on its heels a little bit right here. They don't necessarily play with tempo, but they're playing fast out of their huddle.
This will bring up a 2nd and a long 3 just inside the Blazer 18-yard line. McDonald under center. Give it off to Hutchins, running right. Hutchins breaks to the outside. He's across the 5, and he will score. So Batesville able to answer the Valley View drive with a score of their own. An extra point away from tying it up with 2:59 to play in the half.
Yeah, and I know I'm biased there, but on that counter play right there, it looked like that Dedrick Bournes was held quite a bit, and I don't guess it's a hold if you get by with it, but touchdown Pioneers.
So Batesville with Aldo Gallardo on to attempt the kick to tie it. Missed the field goal attempt earlier in the first quarter. And we've got movement and flags up front. I believe the Pioneers may be hit with a false start here. It's going to be an encroachment penalty against Valley View, so that may go for 2 now.
They may, and you know what they do is they go on that go set, and the offensive line moves all at the same time, which is a legal play, and our defense has jumped a couple times on that so far.
Looks like they're going to keep the kicker out there. Colin Wentz will be the holder. As they move it forward half the distance. Here's the snap. Kick is blocked. Of course, you can't return that ball, but that keeps Valley View in front by a point as they block the extra point kick. It's now 7-6. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Now you can enjoy the great taste of Japan in downtown Jonesboro. Bamboo Japanese cuisine has all your favorites, from steak and chicken to seafood and sushi. Bamboo also has house poke bowl, or you can build your own bowl. Bamboo Japanese cuisine with umaki, sushi, and seafood is open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and discounts are available for students. So stop by and dine in with us, or log on to BambooJapaneseCuisine.com and like them on Facebook. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine on the corner of Main and Huntington in downtown Jonesboro.
And we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium. Batesville has pulled within 1 point. They just covered a 82-yard field and 7 plays on that scoring drive, capped off by the 18-yard run by Holden Hutchins. The extra point kick was blocked by Valley View, so it's now 7-6. Valley View leading it by a point as we await the Batesville kickoff from the 40. Aldo Gallardo on to boot it away for the Pioneers. Valley View's return men, Mormon and Galloway back deep. And it'll be fielded off the bounce at about the 26-yard line. Was that Bo on the return?
That's Gavin Tice.
Okay. Gavin Tice with the return.
And he short-hopped it, but you know that the coaches are probably going to tell him if he has to turn around like an outfielder on that play to probably let it go.
So Valley View will start at the 31-yard line. Blazers send 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield for Carson Turley on first down. Bring one man in motion, and we've got whistles and flags as soon as Slade Cobble took off, so that may be a false start, and that appears to be the case.
Yeah, an uncharacteristic of our offensive line. That's the 3rd false start that we've had, and you know, and it's always come from that right side. So I don't know. That's going to be something that you have no doubt that Adam Carter's going to discuss with his guys when they get to the locker room.
I understand we're having some internet connection issues with our broadcast tonight. We believe this may be caused by the wind, so try to bear with us as we get that hopefully straightened out. Carson Turley on the keeper, and not much there on the first down play as he goes down basically for no gain, maybe a loss. We'll see where they spot the ball. I think it's going to be no gain. So it remains 2nd and 15 for Valley View. Trips right for the Blazers. One receiver off to the left. Turley's back to throw. Got time. Fires across the middle. And Wilson in and out of his hands. That's rare that you see Mark Wilson let a ball like that get away from him.
Yeah, I mean, and I believe if he catches that in stride, there's no one catching him. But he just took his eyes off it for a half second there, and sets up a long 3rd down for the Blazers.
3rd and 15. Pioneer crowd making some noise on a big play here for the Valley View offense. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Turley out of the gun, back to throw. Got time, looking for Harmon on the deep ball, just missed him. So that will bring up a 4th and 15 for Valley View, and Turley will have to drop back to punt it away.
Yeah, and that was just it wasn't a bad ball, just had a little bit too much on it. It may have been the wind again, kind of giving it a little more lift and length. But, I think that Valley View, they're going to be in for a dogfight tonight. They're going to have to pick it up and go because Batesville's not going anywhere.
Turley back to punt. No one set up for the return for Batesville. It's a high snap. He's able to get it down and gets a line drive, knuckleball kick away. That'll take a good Valley View bounce and roll. It's still rolling inside the 20 and will be down at about the 19-yard line. So Valley View able to flip the field with a nice punt from Carson Turley, and Batesville will get it back at its own 19. Again, 7-6 is your score. Valley View leads it by a point. Valley View scoring at the 7:02 mark of the second quarter on a 9-play, 80-yard drive. Batesville answered it with a 7-play, 82-yard drive of their own, but missed the extra point, and that's the reason we have a 1-point game rather than a tie game.
Interesting to see
here.
Kick
was actually blocked. Trips to the right for the Pioneers. McDonald out of the gun. Tight end shifts right side. McDonald's going to keep it, and not much there as he gets met, and will actually probably lose a couple of yards. And that was Nick Gamble, I believe, leading that defensive
Yeah,
charge.
I think so. And it, it's going to be interesting to see because, they had some chunk plays in that last drive, but Batesville's, their offense is not built for that. And they only have 1 timeout. And so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to march it down 80-plus yards in a little over a minute and a half.
1:35 to play, the clock ticking here in the first half. Valley View leads 7-6. Here come the Pioneers. Lost 1 on that play. It's 2nd and 11 from the 18. Trips to the near side, no one to the right. And we've got all kinds of movement, and that's going to cost them. They were definitely a little out of sync and unorganized there, and Valley View, or rather Batesville, will back up 5 yards off the false start. Moves the ball back to the 13-yard line. You had 4
I don't know
in all different directions.
I don't know how to describe that play. They went deep into the playbook, I think, and those linemen weren't exactly sure on what to do.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 16. And now I think, is this Batesville or Valley View?
I think Valley View called that one.
All right.
So now maybe they're thinking, maybe make them punt and see what happens.
So we'll take the break. There is 1:17 to play in the half. Valley View leads at 7-6, back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Tired of slow internet? Feel like you're stuck in the old days? It's time to catch up with Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric. Thanks to Empower, you don't have to wait for high-speed internet. Our new cutting-edge technology makes our services more reliable and faster than the competition. Call 870-336-0999 to check internet availability in your area. That's 870-336-0999. Empower, high-speed internet for your neck of the woods.
Timeout taken by the Valley View defense. We're set to return to play. There's 1:17 to play in the half. Batesville facing a 2nd and 16 from their own 13-yard line after that penalty. They'll send 2 receivers wide to the right, 1 to the near side. And McDonald out of the gun with a running back on his left hip. Back to throw. Got time, sets up, fires, catch made for a short gain up to the 19-yard line. Making the catch was Connor Forey, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11, and now Valley View will take another timeout. So we'll take the break as well. This time we've got 1:05 to play in the half. Valley View leading Batesville 7-6. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or remodeling your whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner with GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Tucker's Appliance.
1 minute, 5 seconds remaining in the half. Batesville will have the ball facing a 3rd and 11 from their own 19-yard line as we get set to resume this first half action. Valley View try to get the ball back here in good field position. And a big play coming up here for the Pioneer offense. Here they come to the line of scrimmage. One receiver wide to each side. McDonald goes under center. Man in motion, drifts right side. And on the bootleg, McDonald rolling right, looking for room. Now he's going to tuck and run. And he's chopped down at about the 25-yard line, well shy of the marker. So that will bring up a 4th and about 4 approximately for Batesville.
I think Valley View called their 4th timeout. Or their last timeout.
Yep. That is the final timeout of the half for the Blazers. So it stops the clock with 49 seconds left in the half. Batesville will have it. We'll just hold it here for now. Batesville will face a 4th and 4 from their own 25-yard line. So don't expect Batesville to gamble here. I think they'll kick the ball away. So Valley View will get the ball back, most likely somewhere close to midfield on the Valley View side of the 50. And, of course, you got to also factor in how the wind may affect this punt.
Yes. Yeah, you never know with the wind. And, I believe that we'll go after this best we can. We don't really have anything to lose. They get the first down. But I think that there'll be some pressure brought probably from our left side by the looks of the lineup. And we'll see.
Batesville gets back out on the field and the huddle now. Clock will not be turned on until the ball is snapped. They're going for it looks like.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to make us jump. And we did.
So that will move them. They needed 5 yards, and the penalty should give them just enough to get the automatic first down.
Yep.
So Valley View not showing much discipline there.
No. And again, they're going on go set, and those linemen are moving in unison, and it's different. We haven't seen that this year, but at the same time, our D-line's played a lot of football, and first thing you're taught is you don't move till the ball moves.
So the first down penalty moves the ball forward, or the encroachment penalty moves the ball forward to the 30-yard line, and it's a first down for Batesville. I formation, 49 seconds left. McDonald's back to throw on play action. He's taking a shot deep. That ball is caught.
Yep.
Connor Forey caught an underthrown ball. He just came back to it and was able to get under it. And it'll be inside Valley View territory at the 43-yard line. They're going tempo. They want to snap it quickly. I formation. McDonald under center. Now spike the ball to stop the clock. That'll pause it with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, and something to keep your eye on here is, and I've noticed that these last 3 plays over here on this cornerback spot, we've got a sophomore, Ricky Moffitt, playing, and that's the guy, every coach in America, when a new corner or a new D-back comes in, they're going to try to pick on him, and that's exactly what they did on that play.
Here they come to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the near side. McDonald back to throw, sets up, catch made, immediately tackled at the 30-yard line, but Forey went up high to get it, and that'll move the chains again for the Pioneers. 37 seconds left, clock moving. Now they'll spike it to stop the clock.
Yeah, I don't know if we have an injury to Jay Mormon or what, but it appears that they found some inexperience out there, and they're going to go at it. Galloway has actually switched to this side now, but I think that the Batesville offense has flipped, and so that's going to be irrelevant.
2 receivers to the right. McDonald to throw. Looking, throwing deep. That ball is picked off. Here comes Valley View back the other way with it on the return down the far sideline near midfield. Galloway's got it, I think.
No, that's Moffitt. Ricky
Moffitt's
Moffitt
got it. And he's at midfield across the
Great
50.
block by McMillan.
Now he's at the 40. He's at the 30-yard line and drug out of bounds at the 27. Ricky Moffitt has Valley View with the football inside the 25-yard line of the Pioneers on a great interception and return.
You know what? Great job, Ricky Moffitt. They're going to pick on you. They're going to get you once. They're going to get you twice. And then you show it. Instead of going and hiding, you show up and you make a huge play and some great blocking, some good legal blocking. Spring him all the way down into deep Pioneer territory.
15 seconds left in the half. Valley View will have it at the spot the ball at the 28-yard line of Batesville. Here come the Blazers. Wilson, Starks, and Smith split wide right. Harmon off to the left. Turley out of the gun. Turley to throw. Sets up. Throws complete on a short pass to Starks.
Yeah, that's a tough read there. I don't think we're going to get one off. Nope.
And looks like the clock will expire before Valley View can get the play off. So that will end the half. And with 2 in the books, we're in a dogfight. Valley View leads Batesville 7-6 at the half. We'll pause for a 2-minute timeout and back to recap first half scoring. When we return in 2 minutes, you're listening to Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Your vehicle is a personal and important investment. At Central Collision Center, we're more than collision repair. The highest quality of service. At Central Collision Center, we provide honest and expert auto care and offer a written lifetime warranty and on-site rental car arrangements. Stop by or give us a call today to schedule your free estimate. Central Collision Center. Professional, convenient, reliable. Find Central Chevrolet on Stadium and online at centralcollisionctr.com.
25 years of memories, 25 years of smiles, opportunities, and friends. 25 years of community. Because of you, we've forged long-lasting partnerships that have made our communities better. We can all agree that a lot has changed in 25 years, but our promise to always be a true community bank remains the same. Our roots run deep. Our commitment to you runs deeper. We're celebrating 25 years of First Community Bank, and the best is yet to come. Member FDIC.
Personal as well. The team at Southern Home Healthcare is local, knowledgeable, and courteous, giving you the customized care you and your family deserve. When facing breathing challenges, the on-staff respiratory therapists at Southern Home Healthcare provide support and guidance just for you, and you can sleep better with the help of their CPAP and BiPAP therapy. Plus, treat your strains, sprains, and pain with the help of Southern Home Healthcare's high-quality bracing devices. Go online to southernhomehealthjonesboro.com.
Pico Food says good luck to all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, and marching bands taking the field tonight. Under the lights, it's not about who's in your path, it's about who's in your huddle. And Pico Foods is a proud teammate and supporter of local communities and the state's agricultural producers. Learn more about Pico Foods' mission to support producers in Arkansas and Missouri by calling David Durham or James Chester, 870-202-7101. In Alabama and Mississippi, call Craig Bird or John Taylor Hickman, 601-670-9383.
We welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium. Randy Myers along with Jason Smith under the headset. We've reached halftime here in this regular season finale. Valley View leading Batesville 7-6 at the break. Couple of things. First of all, we need to correct a mistake that we made. It was Kenny Robinson on that interception return a moment ago for Valley View, not Ricky Moffitt. And then there was an incident that occurred as we were going to break, a discussion apparently between Sean Cockrell and some of the Valley View coaches and the officiating crew, and apparently they didn't like whatever Sean Cockrell or somebody said to him, and Valley View's been hit with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that I guess will be assessed as we begin the second half.
Yeah, I believe that's right. And, you know, it's never easy coming to Batesville. Yeah. They're playing for likely their playoff lives tonight, and we're getting their best effort. You know, I don't think that we've played a poor football game. I think Batesville's played a good football game. And you know, this wind has played into a factor for both sides as well.
Recapping the two scores from the first half, it was a scoreless first quarter. Valley View got on the board on its first possession of the second period, scoring with 7:02 to play in the second period, when Connor Turley and Slade Cobble hooked up for a 12-yard touchdown pass. Extra point kick was good by Brody Dix. The drive covered 80 yards in 9 plays. Valley View led 7-0. Batesville immediately responded on the ensuing possession, scoring with 2:59 to play in the half on an 18-yard run by Holden Hutchins. The extra point kick was blocked. It was a 7-play, 82-yard scoring drive for Batesville, and Batesville able to get down inside the red zone late in the half before Robinson got that interception return. But Valley View, even though they had good field position, had used up all their timeouts and just didn't have enough time to try to get it back in the end zone before the half ended.
Right, and you know, you would like to have got that score, you know, a big momentum change there, but we checked down. The running receivers open downfield. Probably what Carson should have done is thrown that one away, but he elected to go short, and we just didn't have enough time to get up to the line of scrimmage.
So we'll step aside for a 3-minute timeout. Valley View leads Batesville 7-6 at the half. We'll return in 3 minutes. You're listening to Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
Ship anything, anywhere at your #1 shipping source, Pack Mail in Jonesboro. Bring anything to Pack Mail, and they'll pack it, ship it, crate it, freight it, no matter how big, fragile, or awkwardly shaped. Since 1998, Pack Mail has been your #1 shipping source, the only authorized shipper of all the major carriers. UPS, FedEx, DHL, the Postal Service, and Freight Services all in one store. At Pack Mail, you have choices. Here's Pack Mail Tim to tell us more.
Trey, we are the experts at finding solutions for even the most demanding shipping situations. And our experienced staff can help you choose the best option. So if you need to go to the post office, then FedEx, or all the way out to UPS terminal, and then get that international shipment at DHL, you can do it all in one fast, convenient, and friendly place. Pack Mail.
See, I told you, Pack Mail ships anything, anywhere, through any shipper. Pack Mail, voted the #1 printing, packaging, and shipping store in Jonesboro. Don't trust your shipping needs to just anybody. Trust Pack Mail. 361 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. Ship anything, anywhere, today at Pack Mail.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document systems dealer in Jonesboro. That's right, since 1965, Forrest Office Machines has provided dependable office equipment and reliable service. We follow the equipment journey through all kinds of changes and developments, always on the cutting edge, whatever that is. And our partnership with Sharp Document Systems means we offer the very latest, most dependable equipment. And Forrest is the only office equipment dealer that when you need supplies, you can walk in our store and get it. And when you need it fixed, you can call us.
This is Barry Forrest. My family's been taking care of equipment needs of businesses just like yours since 1965. I would love to work for you today.
Put your daily office routines in the hands of people you can trust. Forrest Office Machines, your authorized Sharp document system dealer at 1005 T Street in Jonesboro. 932-7852. 932-7852. Call Forrest Office Machines today.
Evolve Bank and Trust is now bringing full-service banking to Jonesboro. To celebrate, we're offering you $200 extra. Just open a new checking account with Evolve. Have at least 2 qualifying direct deposits of $500 or more within 90 days. Then we'll deposit $200 extra into your account. It's just that easy. Open a new Evolve checking account and receive an extra $200 in your account, plus free checks for a year. Restrictions apply. Visit getevolved.com/special promotion for more details, or come in and see us at 111 East Huntington Avenue, Suite A, or call us at 870-933-2480. That's 870-933-2480. Evolve Bank and Trust, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium here on the campus of Batesville High School. We're at halftime. Valley View and Batesville locked up in a dogfight. Valley View leads it 7-6 here at the half in this one in 5A East Conference play. Checking in on some other scores of area interest. Other teams and games involved are going on across Northeast Arkansas. We'll start inside the 5A East, where Nettleton is at home tonight against Wynn. They are at the half at Raider Field, with Wynn leading Nettleton 14-7 in that one. And in Greene County, they're already in the fourth quarter for Southside and Paragould, because that one started early due to the threat of inclement weather. Southside dominating the Rams as we expected. They lead Paragould 44-7 in the fourth quarter at Rams Stadium. Also, no score as of yet on the Brooklyn Forest City game. That's the other conference game that is underway tonight in the 5A East. Outside the conference, Jonesboro up big down in Little Rock against Central. They lead 37-0 in the fourth quarter of that one. Some games were played, a handful of games in Northeast Arkansas were played last night. East Poinsett County defeated Mark Tree last night, handing the Indians only their second loss of the season. The Warriors won at 48-36. Also last night, Corning a winner over Piggott, and Earl defeated Cross County last night. Rector also a win by forfeit last night over Kip Delta in that game. Some other games of local interest that we don't yet have scores on. Westside is at Gosnell this evening. Harrisburg is at Truman. Rivercrest will be at Blytheville, or is at Blytheville. Greene County Tech is at Sylvan Hills tonight. Pretty sure that one started early.
Yeah, I do have a final. It was 35-14 Sylvan Hills on that one.
35-14. So that one has gone final with Sylvan Hills defeating the Eagles. Marion is at Little Rock Catholic tonight. West Memphis is at Searcy. Pocahontas is at Highland. Cave City is at Harding Academy. Osceola at Manila tonight. Hoxie is at Walnut Ridge for that crosstown battle. Newport at home tonight against Perryville. So those are the scores that we have to this point. We'll step aside, take another 2-minute timeout, and back with more in a moment. This is Blazer football. Valley View leads Batesville 7-6 with Blazer football on the EAB Sports Network.
Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue on Johnson at Hilltop and on Main Street across from Jonesboro High School. Now, I'm from Memphis and I know barbecue, but there are people from Memphis that travel to Jonesboro to sample, taste, and enjoy Demo's Barbecue. No kidding, they come from Memphis, so no need to go anywhere else. Right here, the best barbecue is at Demo's. Any of the ribs, any of the plates, you can enjoy it all at Demo's Smokehouse Barbecue. My mouth is watering.
Follow me on a new healthcare journey, full of possibilities. Experience world-class care delivered by friends, family, and neighbors right here in your community, bringing industry-leading technology to you, not the other way around. Your health record, your appointment scheduling, and your medications all in one place, and your lab results delivered the instant they're recorded. Do we look at healthcare differently? Absolutely. Experience the difference, and you will too. NEA Baptist, healthcare for the next century.
Best savings anywhere at First National Bank. For a limited time only, a 13-month CD special at 4.15 annual percentage yield. You can visit fnbank.net/specials to lock in your rate today. Also available by visiting any of our 23 locations in Arkansas and Tennessee. 13 months, 4.15 APY at First National Bank. Offer valid as of November 2nd, 2022. Rate subject to change. Valid at all locations. $1,000 minimum to open. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC equal housing lender.
Get huge savings now at every Kavanaugh dealership. Kavanaugh has a great selection of late model, low mileage, certified pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And most are still under factory warranty. We have every make, every model, so you're sure to find the vehicle you want. And when you buy at Kavanaugh, every new and used purchase comes with 1 year free maintenance. Plus, we buy cars. Bring a vehicle, get a check. Come see us today at one of our dealerships or go to KavanaughCars.com.
And we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium. Halftime, Valley View and Batesville in a dogfight. It's 7-6. A couple of other scores that we got in to pass along that we got in during that break. In the 5A East, Forest City leads Brooklyn in the second quarter. In that game down in St. Francis County, 18-8 is the score there late in the second period. Also, Truman dominating Harrisburg. They're up 41-0 late in the first half of that game. So those two additional scores to pass along. Jason, as we said, this one's a dogfight, and Valley View is going to be behind the 8 ball a little bit as we begin the second half, because Batesville will get the ball to start the second half, and Valley View will also be assessed a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that happened at the end of the first half.
Yeah, they will, and I believe that Batesville's going to have the wind at their backs, and so it's. I firmly believe that we're the better football team. I believe that we're the deeper football team, but at the same time, when you've got a dog cornered, they can come out after you. And Pioneers, at Pioneer Field, traditionally, they're not going to lay down.
No, absolutely not. This program's got just too much pride and tradition to do that, and. We mentioned in the pregame that Valley View has won 3 of the last 4 against Batesville, but they've all been pretty close.
Yeah, and I think that I think that last week left a terrible taste in Batesville's mouth. And it's hard to turn the ball over 6 times, and you knew they were going to work on that and fix that. And I bet they had a good week of practice this week, and it doesn't matter what you say as a coach. It doesn't matter, you know. At the end of the day, Valley View doesn't really have anything to play for tonight, and you know, there's no finality to tonight, and you know, I know that it was hard to. Those guys may have came in and worked hard, but at the same time, when you don't, other than being an outright conference champion, you know, it's tough to be motivated, and you know, so I believe that this is going to be a game may come down to the last possession.
Could very well. It's shaping up to be that way right now, certainly, with Valley View holding on to a 1-point lead here at the break. It's 7-6. We'll pause for a 3-minute timeout. Back with more in a moment. This is Blazer Football on the EAB Sports Network.
The home team at Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to welcome Dr. Asa Schneickel. Dr. Schneickel is an ACE State alum and is Northeast Arkansas's only joint revision surgeon, specializing in several forms of joint replacement. He joins the Jonesboro Sports and Orthopedics team with more than 40 years experience in getting you back in the game. So if you have a sports injury, just some nagging aches, or even need help with concussion management, call JOSM at 932-1820 to schedule an appointment. Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, excelling in our field so you can excel on yours.
You raised your family here, did every July 4th here, refinished the floors here twice, sized up your daughter's boyfriends here, waited in the doorway all day when your son was coming home on leave. This place has given you all you've dreamed of, and now it's giving again, in the form of a gourmet kitchen and the quietest dishwasher known to man. Realize your dream with a home equity line of credit from Simmons Bank. Dreams realized. SimmonsBank.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, subject to credit approval.
It's a mix and match special. Now at all.
We may have lost our connection.
$5.99 each for carryout or $6.99 each for delivery. Only at your Jonesboro area Domino's Pizza locations.
Elite Eye Care has a new Jonesboro location that is now open at 2100 East Highland near the Old Indian Mall. Hey, it's Brandon Baxter, and the team at Elite Eye Care is who my family trusts for their personal eye care. Elite Eye Care specializes in eye care solutions for patients of all ages, and you can be assured that your family is cared for like their own. Schedule your appointment at EliteEyeCareandOptical.com or call 972-6040. Elite Eye Care at 2100 East Highland in Jonesboro and at 1515 West Kings Highway in Paragould. Elite Eye Care, your vision is our focus.
A few years ago, a friend of mine was going to town to have lunch with the president of a college that he supported. He was stopped for speeding, and the trooper asked for his driver's license, and Jim said, "I don't have my driver's license. They're in my billfold at home." The trooper asked why his billfold was at home. He said, "I'm having lunch with the college president, and the last thing you want to take with you is your billfold. Best price, best service. Glenn Sane, and God bless our troops."
Farmers and Merchants Bank announces the lobby of our new branch in Jonesboro is now open. The drive-thru is an MVP center with live video tellers 7 to 7 weekdays and 9 till noon on Saturdays. So in addition to our beautiful bank on Highland, you can also visit our new branch at the corner of Southwest Drive and Parker. More MVPs, more ATMs, more me banking at Farmers and Merchants Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Pioneer Stadium. Randy Myers along with Jason Smith as we continue along with halftime. About, for the moment, 4 minutes left on the halftime clock. They will probably put an additional 2 to 3 minutes on once that 4 minutes winds down if they follow the usual tradition. But Valley View up 7-6 here at the half, and I know there's still an important half of football left to be played. But while we have a moment here, Jason, let's look ahead to next week. We know that Valley View will be at home for round one. They've already secured the 1 seed heading into the playoffs, and will have home serve through at least the semifinals if they can continue to win. But right now we're unsure as of yet who that opponent will be. We know it'll be somebody out of the West, most likely Farmington, possibly Harrison or Prairie Grove. We know that Shiloh Christian has won the West, so they'll be the 1 seed out of the West, and the East has been matched against the West in the playoffs. But right now I think the odds-on seems to be that it'll probably be Farmington.
Yeah, it looks like it, and we talked a little bit before we went on air. Farmington's got a stud quarterback who's missed the second half of the season, but he may have played. I believe, didn't they play last night? I think they played last night. But
sure.
He may have played last night, but he'll, from all that we've heard, he'll be back for the playoffs, and that's eerily familiar to that year that Valley View's at home against that Morrilton Devil Dog team.
Yeah, they had Jacoby Criswell, and kind of the same, as you mentioned, kind of the same scenarios. Criswell had missed several games in the second half of the season. They got him back just in time for the playoffs, and there's no doubt in my mind he was the difference in that game. Did Morrilton not have Jacoby Criswell, Valley View wins that game, I believe.
Yeah, I agree 100% because he was that good. He was that much of a difference maker, and had he been healthy all year, Morrilton would have won that league.
And he's now at North Carolina, of course, although I have heard rumors that he is exploring the transfer portal, so don't know where he may end up. He may stay at Carolina and, may end up elsewhere. We'll just have to wait and see. But I use that as an example to illustrate the talent that young man has.
Absolutely.
So halftime continues along. Let's turn our thoughts for a moment to basketball, Coach. And, of course, Valley View had Inferno night here a couple of nights ago, Tuesday night in the arena, and the season will open soon for both the boys and girls teams. The girls will open on November 14th on the road at Truman. They'll also play on the 18th with a home game against BIC, and then the boys will open right now scheduled
tentatively.
Right now scheduled to open on the 21st with a home game against Manila. And, of course, I know you're kind of in a unique position coaching the girls now at Greene County Tech, but you've certainly got familiarity with this conference and what to expect really on both sides, boys and girls.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting because, and I was talking with Bo about it this week because, they'd went to the NEA Media Days and they had Inferno night. And I said, I told him, I was like, just put yourself in Coach Lane Campbell's shoes as a first-year coach who's entering the 5A East and only has 6 of his 19 guys that he's worked with all fall. And I know Coach Campbell. I know how hard he's working those 6 guys, but that's nowhere near the same as when he gets his full squad. And and so it's going to take them some time. I hope that everyone's patient with them and understands, because that is a unique situation that is kind of the perfect storm. But I do believe that boys team, when they round into shape, it'll take a while, but when they round into shape come conference play, that they're going to surprise some people, because this summer watching them in camp, you're not going to recognize a whole lot of the faces, but they play a really hard-nosed brand of basketball, and some of the new kids and some of the returners just have a little bit of a toughness about them that if they can figure out a way to score, then I think that they're going to be all right.
And I tell you what, that opener on the 21st against Manila, that's no easy task, because Manila may be a 3A school, but they play at a 4 and 5A level.
They play at a 4 and 5A level. Coach Lee Wimberly does a great job with them, and I believe that his team, Manila has football, but I believe his team, everybody except one kid is a basketball-only kid, and so that that night, if they do indeed play, and I hope they don't. I hope that we are getting ready to play in the state semifinals.
That'd be awesome.
But if they do play that night, you got to figure that Coach Campbell is just going to try some different lineups, treat it as almost like an exhibition, and just do the best they can. Now with the girls, I think that the girls, they've got some key returners. I know they have Morgan Weaver back. I know they have Anna Winkfield back, and some of those guys. But I think you're going to see some young kids. They had a good junior high bunch last year, and Coach Ellis, I expect nothing but a really tough basketball team who was a really good team last year who made a lot of noise in conference and did well in the regional tournament, made the state tournament. And so they moving up to the 5A East. I expect that they're going to surprise some people as well. But as always, I can tell you 17th hand that there's no league quite like the 5A East in basketball in both boys and girls.
Yeah, it's a very good league, no doubt about it. What about your team at Greene County Tech? How have you guys looked so far?
Well, I've got a dream week as a dad/coach this coming week, because Monday, our 8th grader Eli, he opens his season against Antecamp. Valley View plays Antecamp in junior high ball. Tuesday we open up in a benefit game against Truman, and then Wednesday night will be our relaxation, our church night. Thursday night, I play again. I play in the Marmaduke Classic. We play a Mammoth Spring team who who is probably the favorite to win the 2A state championship this year. And then Friday, of course, this Valley View Blazer football team has that home football playoff game. So it's going to be a great week around the Smith household.
That is a very active week, no doubt.
Yes.
Yeah. Golly. I don't know whether to envy you or be jealous.
Well, this time of year when I'm fresh and eager to go, it's to envy. But later on.
So. All right, halftime rolls along. There is no time on the clock right now. The Batesville band is continuing to perform. Valley View is on its respective sideline, and Batesville's down in the other end zone warming up. So I'm not sure how much more halftime we've got. Let's take a 1-minute timeout, and we'll see where we're at in terms of resuming the second half after that 1-minute break on the EAB Sports Network.
Kids grow up so fast, and so has the Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic. This is our clinic's 10th year of creating healthier tomorrows for the kids in Northeast Arkansas. There's no need to cross the river or hit the highway for your cardiology or diabetes needs. Road trips are for fun, not for health care. The team at Arkansas Children's Hospital Jonesboro Clinic is celebrating by doing what we always do, giving your kids more time to be kids. Learn more at archildrens.org/Jonesboro.
Valley View High School Athletics is brought to you by Gateway Tire and Service Center and Toyo Tires. Where there's always one thing you can count on, we go the distance for you. Before you hit the road for a trip across country or across town, drop by Gateway Tire and Service Center and check out the great deals on Toyo Tires. Whether it's tires or auto repair, you can always count on one thing. At Gateway Tire and Toyo Tires, we go the distance for you. At Gateway Tire in Paragould and Jonesboro, we go the distance for you.
A-State football and the Social Jonesboro are the perfect winning combination for game day. The Social has an amazing, delicious, fantastic, and tasty menu that goes perfect for pre or post game. Plus, the official Red Wolves away game watch party takes place at the Social. What we're saying is, it does not get any better than the Social on Red Wolves game day. The name says it all. Get social at the Social and get ready to howl with fellow A-State Red Wolves fans on every game day. The Social at Greensboro Village in Jonesboro.
This is Keith Baird with the Baird Auto Group. There's nothing that brings our communities together like high school sports. No matter what the scoreboard says, it's a winning feeling just to be a part of it. At Baird, we want you to have the feeling anytime you come into one of our dealerships. Good credit, bad credit, no no problem. Don't buy anywhere else until you shop at Baird location near you. Don't get a bad deal, get a Baird deal. Because why pay more?
Saving service, great selection too. Baird does it all for you.
We're back at Pioneer Stadium. Randy Myers along with Jason Smith as the Batesville band has just wrapped up its extended halftime performance. We do have a couple of other scores or a couple of other notes of interest regarding other games to pass along. The Jonesboro game has gone final. Of course, they started earlier tonight. They started an hour early, and the Hurricane has defeated Little Rock Central 44-0. And we were talking earlier about the Farmington Prairie Grove game. That one has been delayed until tomorrow because of the threat of inclement weather in northwest Arkansas.
Yeah, so we won't know our opponent until probably tomorrow evening sometime.
Right. Yeah. So because, yeah, it's all it hinges a lot on the outcome of that Farmington and Prairie Grove game. Looks like we're got both teams on the field. We're ready to get started here with the second half. Again, Valley View will have to kick to Batesville to begin the second half, and because they were assessed an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty at the end of the half, Valley View will kick from the 25, kind of against this wind. It's a crosswind. They're not kicking directly into the wind, but it's still a strong enough wind that it could affect this kick. They'll kick from the far hash as Dix approaches and puts foot in the ball from the 25. It'll be gathered in at about the 28-yard line on the return for Batesville. And they're up near midfield, still on their feet, and brought down just shy of the 50-yard line. So Batesville will have good field position starting at about the 48 or 49.
Yeah, and, we don't know exactly what was said or what happened down there for that unsportsmanlike, but, it automatically gives Batesville momentum. Right here, they've got momentum. They're sitting right at midfield at the 49, and, their offense has proved that they can move the football, especially in a relatively short field.
So they will start on the left hash at their own 49. Rhett McDonald breaks the huddle. He'll send one receiver wide to each side and go under center out of the I formation. Give it off to the tailback. He's got a big hole up the middle, and he's near first down yardage on the carry. by Gentry Moody. And it's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 for the Pioneers from the Valley View 43. One receiver split wide left and right. I formation, McDonald again under center. Gives it off to the fullback. He appears to have the first down, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to get it there. And I want to apologize myself to that young man, Kenneth Robinson, who had such a phenomenal pick at the end of the half, and we misidentified him there, but he's out there again to start this half. Also noticed that Brian Huff wasn't in on the first play of the second half, but he's in there now.
So it's a first down for Batesville at the Valley View 40-yard line, just inside the left hash. They'll send 2 receivers, split wide right. They are Wentz and Jeffrey. No one to the left. Tight end motions left. And they'll give it off to the tailback. Running room across the middle and crosses the 35 down to about the 33-yard line.
They have found something right off of that right guard right there, and right now they're gashing this defense, and we'll have to make an adjustment.
Brings up 2nd and 3 for the Pioneers from the Valley View 33. Again, 2 receivers to the right. McDonald under center out of the offset eye. Give to the tailback, running right. He's at the 30, inside the 30, and then gets belted about the 27-yard line. But it'll move the chains for Batesville.
Yeah, and again, it's just whoever they want to throw out there at tailback. They're having some room to run, and they're using 4 or 5 different guys tonight, and we haven't seen a drop-off from any of them.
Fresh set of downs for the Pioneers at the Valley View 26. Just underway, first possession of the second half. Valley View holding on to a 1-point lead at 7-6, but Batesville just beyond the red zone. They'll send 3 receivers to the left. McDonald out of the gun. It's a direct snap to the tailback, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Not much more after that on the carry by Hutchins.
Yeah, they went a little wildcat look there, and to me, and of course I'm not a football coach, but that doesn't seem to be Hutchins' game. It seems that he needs to get a little bit of a head of steam because he catches that ball so straight up because he's such a big kid that wildcat resulted in a loss.
Lost a yard, brings the ball back to the 27-yard line and sets up 2nd and 11. Ball right between the hashes. 2 receivers wide to the left. One is Wentz, the other is Strickland. Actually got three to the left now. Now they'll bring a man in motion. We got whistles and flags as he begins his direction to this side. So that may be a false start.
Yeah, we had 2 guys moving.
Now they're pointing to Valley View. But they're on the back pedal also as they do so. So go figure. It is a false start against Batesville.
Yeah, I think the Batesville kids were arguing that maybe somebody was hollering a snap count or something like that out there, which is a no-no, but I think it happens on every play in high school football. But either way, they're behind the chains here at the 2nd and long.
From the 32, it's 2nd and 16. Trips to the left. One receiver comes in motion to the near side. McDonald under center as they line up I formation now. Show it to the tailback. Naked bootleg, rolling right. Sets up, looking deep, got a receiver. It's a touchdown. He caught
it. What a catch.
Making the catch was Jeremiah Strickland, their 6'5 senior, and Batesville has its first lead of the night.
Yeah, he got behind our defense there, and we were playing catch-up. He had to go up and get it, and what a phenomenal catch that young man made.
Awaiting the extra point kick from Gallardo. Here's the kick, gets in the air, and it is good. Batesville leads it now. It's should be 13-7.
Yeah, they just haven't put it up yet.
13-7. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Have you had to pay for costly repairs to your AC unit all summer long? More Air Conditioning will give you a trade-in value or buy back a recent repair up to $1,000. Plus, we have financing available and lifetime replacement warranties on new systems. But hurry before the new government regulations take effect. Call More Air Conditioning today, a Google guaranteed company at 870-336-2023, or visit us at moreac.com.
You deserve more. Don't say
Back at Pioneer Stadium, where Batesville has taken its first lead of the night. It's now 13-7 after Batesville covers 51 yards in 6 plays on its first drive of the second half, capped off by Rhett McDonald's 32-yard pass to Jeremiah Strickland. And we now await the Batesville kickoff with Valley View's return men. Galloway to the near side. That ball will go into the end zone for a touchback. No return for Valley View. The Blazers will get it at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, nice kick there. He used that crosswind and planted it well inside the checkerboard they have here at Pioneer Field.
This is really a nice facility. So they have a great press box, a very unique stadium. Kind of reminds you of the checkerboard end zones at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. And right on the river, kind of the same type deal.
Yeah. New video board up. Twin receivers left and right for Valley View. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell on his right hip. First down from the 20-yard line. Give it to Caldwell, and Caldwell carries forward for about 4 over the near side. Brings up 2nd and 6 for Valley View from the 24. Again, 2 receivers left and right. No huddle for Valley View. Turley to throw. Sets up, fires, complete to Wilson on the far sideline, or is that Starks?
That's Wilson.
So Mark Wilson makes the catch for a first down as they push him out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. It'll move the chains for Valley View.
Yeah, and I think that play's going to be there all night. We run 4 stops, and Carson does a good job of making his reads there and just moving the chains. And one thing about Slade tonight, he hadn't had any explosive plays other than the reception, but he's getting us 4 or 5 yards on first down a whole lot.
Trips left, Twins right. Now we've got a flag before the ball is snapped. That's going to be against Valley View. Still trying to figure out what the penalty's about.
Yeah, and what I think we're seeing here, I alluded to it earlier, how I think it happens almost every snap in high school football, but the Batesville kids, they're having some fun with it, but I think that they're calling their own cadences, and you saw that D-line guy, he was pretending like he was a referee there for a second, but I think they're getting warned now. But it's still going to be a 5-yard penalty against the Blazers.
Moves the ball back to the 30-yard line and brings up a 1st and 15. 8:25 to play in the third. Batesville leads it 13-7.
They're going to pull it.
Yep, they're going to, I guess, wave it off. Or now is it going to go against? Is it going to go against Batesville?
Yep.
Well, that's peculiar.
I
don't think I've ever seen that.
And I haven't either. And I'm telling you, it happens all the way across America every Friday night. But that's a benefit.
So it goes from a penalty against Valley View to now a penalty against Batesville, and it's 1st and 5. Here's the give to Caldwell. He bangs his way forward for about 4, just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, and I like the tempo that Coach Riley and the offense is going with right here.
They'll spot that as a 3-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 2 from the 43. Ball just inside the right hash as the Blazers move from right to left.
Yeah, we're going to go nasty here. Short yard situation.
Turley will go under center. McMullen is the running back. McMullen on the carry. He's got the I think he got the first down. Then he got stood up and thrown back. It'll all depend on the mark.
Yeah. And they went a little counter action there, which is, I think, the play call that went for 6 against Nettleton last week. Going to get the first down, but a good push there by the offensive line.
Got it just by the nose of the football. The Batesville crowd doesn't like it, as you can probably hear, but it is a first down for Valley View. Fresh set of downs at the 45-yard line, just inside the right hash. Again, Batesville leading it 13-7. 7:34 to play in the third. Twins left and right for Caldwell, or for Turley. He's back to throw once again. Stutter steps. Now he's going to tuck and run as he ducks the tackler, and he gets knocked down after a short gain of about 2.
Yeah,
he took a lick there too.
Man, this time of year you hold your breath on something like that, but he was able to get his back plate towards the defender and just take some minimal gain.
It looked like he took a shot right to the kidneys. It's a gain of 1, brings up 2nd and 9 from the 46. Trips right, Twins are one single receiver to the near side. That's Harmon. Turley rolling right on play action. Fires downfield. That ball's incomplete.
Yeah, I think it was tipped there.
Yeah. Bo Smith was the intended target, but as you mentioned, the ball got tipped by, I think, one of the linebackers for Batesville, and ball's incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd and 9.
And you know what? I think this is a really big third down in this football game because we have to punt the football back away to Batesville here. They're going to feel like that they're in control.
And these fans are making some noise. This is one of the most active and vocal crowds I've been experienced all year. Trips right, twins left, Turley to throw. Steps up, now fires, complete to Wilson. Wilson unable to get to the first down marker. It'll be 4th and short for Valley View across the 50.
Yeah, decision time here for the Blazer in the backfield. Carson had to get out of the pocket and make that play. We're going to go.
2 receivers wide to each side. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell on his right hip.
That's going to be a first down.
Up front, and looks like encroachment against the Pioneers. They went on the hard snap count that time, and that should be enough to give Valley View a first down.
Yeah, not enough credit right there goes to Coach Riley. He had those guys lined up. They knew what they were going to call. Batesville sprinting a guy off the field. Hard count, first down.
So that moves the ball forward to the 40, just shy of the 43-yard line. It remains on the right hash, first down for Valley View. Again, 2 receivers left and right. Turley out of the gun, Caldwell on his left hip. He's rolling near side, fires complete to Starks, who lost his footing and fell in the backfield. So that'll be a loss probably of about a yard or 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I think TJ was in a hurry there. You know, I mean, that's a play. If you let it develop, Jackson's one of the better blockers we have at the receiver spot, and I think he had that edge set, but TJ was just in a little bit of a hurry.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the 43. Trips right. Here's the give to Caldwell across the middle. Caldwell gets bottled up after a gain of 1, maybe 2. It'll be 3rd and about 8.5. 3rd and 9, we'll call it. Ball is at the 42. And they are making some racket here at Pioneer Stadium.
They sure are.
Trips right, 1 receiver, Harmon to the near side. Turley out of the gun. Back to throw, sets up, looking for Harmon. He couldn't hang on to it. In and out of his hands in traffic. And now it's 4th down.
Yeah, good throw right there.
Would have had the first down had he been able to make the catch.
But Jackson liked to have that football back.
So it's 4th and 8 from the 42. Valley View most likely going for it here. Here comes the noise again. 5:29 to play in the 3rd. Batesville leads 13-7. Trips right, Harmon to the near side. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell on his right hip. Back to throw. He's got time. Now he fires. He's almost picked off, but it was dropped, and Batesville will get the turnover on downs.
Yeah, it just didn't look good from the start right there. You know, credit to Batesville's defense. Hats off to them. They made that drive tough on Valley View.
So Batesville will get it back at the 41-yard line on the Pioneer side of the field. They take over with 5:24 to play in the 3rd, leading 13-7. Let's send 2 receivers wide left. McDonald goes under center, stack eye backfield. Tight end motions near side. They'll give it off to the tailback. He's met right after he crossed the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of 1. That'll be it.
Yeah, and you know, this Blazer defense, they've been in this situation before, and you know, more times than not have stood tall, and when the offense needs them to step up and make a play, they've done it. And you know, I think that the defense is going to win or lose this football game tonight.
So it's 2nd and 9 for Batesville from the 42. Ball right between the hashes. They send 2 receivers to the left. I formation. Now McDonald on the bootleg, rolling near side. Now he's going to tuck and run, and he'll run out of bounds, be pushed out of bounds at about the 43. So that's a gain of only 1 or 2 after a lot of running. Huff and Dedrick Bourne's in on the tackle. Also Cal Richardson in there. Brings up 3rd and 8 for the Pioneers.
And that was a good coverage there by the Valley View secondary. It seemed like they did have a tight end open, but the quarterback was under a lot of duress there, and he just missed him. But pretty good coverage there by the Valley View secondary.
3rd and 8 for Batesville from their own 43. Ball on the right hash as they make their way to the line of scrimmage. They'll send Colin Wentz wide left, one receiver to the near side. I believe that's Strickland, who caught the touchdown pass earlier. Give it off on the delayed draw, and that's going to be a short game, possibly no gain, maybe even a loss, depending on the mark, but it looks like no gain at best.
Yep, and there goes that man. He stayed home, and Carson Winters made a huge play there for the Valley View defense. Looks like they're going to force the Pioneers to punt.
So it's 4th and 7 for Batesville. They'll punt from the 44. Valley View does not have anybody back to return. Now Cullen and Galloway will drop back. Galloway will line up on the near hash at about the 25-yard line. Cullen on the other hash. It's a high, booming kick, a good kick. Galloway will let it go, and hopefully that'll get into the end zone, and it does.
Yeah, that's a really good read there by Daquan, who is one of our smartest football players. I mean, it just seems like he has a really nice football IQ out there, and he knew that wind. He knew what that football was going to do, and he let it go, and we're going to have better field position than if he'd have fielded that punt.
So Valley View will get the ball at the 20, starting right between the hashes, trailing 13-7 with 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Two receivers to the right and the left. Turley out of the gun with Slade Caldwell on his right hip. Starks motions right. Turley shows it to him, keeps it, and that's going to be a loss of about a yard. Just nowhere to run there for Carson Turley that time.
No, and it seems right now, it seems like this Batesville defense, until we can flip this field or we can get going from left to right, that they're pinning their ears back and they're coming.
Trips left, one receiver to the right. Here's a give across the middle. First down.
Really nice run.
Was that Caldwell?
Yeah, that was Slade. It was a really good run. He kept his feet and kept churning and got that first down. We needed that.
Absolutely. Moves the ball forward to the 33-yard line. Fresh set of downs for Valley View. Trips right, one receiver to the near side. Fire complete on the screen pass to Harmon, and Harmon brought down after a short gain up to about the 38 or the 39-yard line. Valley View will go tempo. Brings up 2nd and 4, or about 4.5. Trips right, Harmon split wide near side. Turley to throw, fires complete to Zaki Irvin. Irvin unable to get free and caught right after he caught the ball. That's going to be about a half-yard gain at best.
Yeah, it's going to set up a big third down here for the Blazers.
3rd and about 4 needed. From the Valley View 39, there are 2 minutes and 36 seconds left in the third period, with Batesville leading 13-7. Trips left, one single receiver to the right. This is Caldwell on the carry. Caldwell, I believe he got the first down.
I do too.
He's very close if he didn't. Got just enough to move the chains, it would appear, although they may measure here.
Yeah, I think they're going.
Nope.
They're moving them.
They're moving them, so apparently he got the first down.
You know, I don't know what Slade's number is going to look like on the ground when this game's all said and done, but he has ran so strong all night long.
2 receivers left and right for Valley View. From the 43, Turley out of the gun. Throws right to Irvin, and Irvin again going to be caught as soon as he catches the ball. He'll lose about a yard on that one, it looks like. So he'll bring up 2nd and 11 from the 42. 1:45 to play in the third period. 2 receivers wide to each side. Turley back again to throw. Got time. Now he's flushed. Tucks and runs and gets about 2 or 3. He'll be tackled at about the 44.
You know, this Pioneer defense, I've been impressed. You know, they made it tough sledding, whether we're running the ball or whether we're passing the ball. It has not been easy for the Valley View offense.
They have worked for everything they've got tonight. 3rd and 9 for Valley View. Ball will be at the just shy of right at the 44-yard line on the right hash. 2 receivers wide to each side. Turley to throw. Looking for Harmon. That ball's going to be too deep and almost picked off.
Yep.
So Valley View will have to punt it as Turley will drop back into punt formation. 58 seconds remaining in the period. Turley will be standing at the 32-yard line. Batesville doesn't have anyone back to return for now. Turley gets the kick away. It may have got a piece of that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I think they did.
I think that was tipped. Looked like the young man, he delayed, and then he came untouched right through the middle.
We go out of bounds at about the 39-yard line, so Batesville will have good field position. With 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. They'll take over. They're going to spot it at the 40. On the left hash. Here come the Pioneers with two receivers to the right. I formation, McDonald goes under center. Give it off to the tailback. Running hard over the right side. He moves the pile forward for about 7 or 8. That was Jarrett Greason. I believe that's the first time he's touched the ball tonight.
At least the sixth guy. At least the sixth guy who has ran the football for the Pioneers. That's impressive.
Got 7 yards, brings up 2nd and 3 from the 47 of Batesville. 25 seconds remaining in the period. One receiver wide to each side. They go straight I formation. McDonald under center. He'll give it off to the tailback, and he is caught shy of the marker, I believe. Looks like he's about a yard shy. We'll see where they mark it.
Yep.
It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 49. And that was the last play of the third quarter. So we move into the fourth with Batesville leading it 13-7. We'll pause for 30 seconds. Back with the final period when we return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
For me, rice farming isn't a profession. It's been my life for more than 30 years. And as owner of Delaplane Seed, I've been the region's rice tech leader for more than a decade. Every planting season, I'm in the fields right along with you, and we're figuring out how to make sure bushels mean dollars together. From selecting your hybrid rice to free on-farm delivery and one-on-one consultation, I'd like to help your rice fields see more profit this season. I'm Terry Gray at Delaplane Seed. Call me today at 870-249-3447, and let's talk about your best rice options.
Set to begin the fourth quarter. Batesville leading Valley View 13-7. Pioneers facing a 3rd and 1 at their own 49-yard line to begin the fourth period. They will send one receiver to the near side, one to the right. Strack eye backfield, McDonald under center. Give it off to the fullback. He is strung out, but I think second effort got him enough to move the chains.
It looked, however, it depends on which foot he uses.
It's all going to depend on the mark. From here, it's going to be very close.
I think it's going to be 4th down and a whisker.
They're not going to measure, I guess, so is 4th and less than a yard needed. The ball is between the 49 and 50-yard lines.
Yeah, and this is a huge play here. You got to figure they're just going to power up the middle with their big back, but we could send a stun or something. You got to figure Brian Huff is going to hunt and maybe spy on 24 and see what they got.
Now we may have a timeout. Pause and play for some reason. Now we're set to resume action. So no timeout. Here we come. Batesville will go offset I. Give it off over the right side. There's the first down. As they give it to Hutchins. He's still trying to move the pile. Got about 2 or 3. It'll be enough to move the chains for Batesville.
That Batesville offensive line, they were the low men that time and drove, and the offensive line got that first down.
Ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line of Valley View on the right hash. Pioneers send 2 receivers to the near side. I formation backfield. McDonald under center. Give it off to the tailback. He's got some room over the left side, puts his head down and batters his way close to another first down.
And you can tell the Pioneers worked on some ball security this week because, we've laid some hats on footballs, and they've held on to it so far.
It'll be 2nd and less than a yard needed from the Valley View 37. One receiver wide to each side. I formation backfield. Now we have a whistle. And possibly an equipment issue with somebody from Batesville. Or maybe not. Just A pause there for the officials, two of the officials to confer. Now we're ready to resume. Again, it's I formation. Receiver one wide each side. Give to the fullback. He's got the first down.
Yep.
As he's inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. That'll move the chains for the Pioneers. Wynn leading Nettleton 21-7 in the second half at Raider Field. Now I'm told it's 28-7.
Yeah, I believe it's 28-7. And I'm just hoping we win this football game. That's our focus right now. But I believe that if Nettleton loses and Batesville wins, then they're going to be out of the playoff hunt.
I understand it. Here's a carry across the middle by Hutchins. And he has it down to the 27-yard line. It'll be second and about 3 for Batesville. Pioneers on the move once again. And moving the football. Again, receivers go one wide to each side. I formation backfield. McDonald goes under center. Give it off to the tailback, running right. That was McDonald may have, no, he didn't keep it, but it was a carry over the right side for a short gain, maybe a yard.
Yeah, I think that's Gentry Moody.
Yeah, Moody on the carry.
Good play by the Blazer defense there. Sets up a big third down here. Third and a short 3.
Ball will be at the 26-yard line. And it's third and kind of between 2 and 3. We'll call it 3rd and 3 on the right hash. They go offset I. Give it to Hutchins, the tailback, and
he's going to fall forward.
Don't think he got the first down, or did he?
Yeah, looks like he's going to fall forward to get it.
So that will move the chains. Needed 3 and got 3.
Yep.
And the ball is at the 22-yard line. 8:47, clock moving. Valley View trailing Batesville 13-7 here in the fourth period. Pioneers come with 2 receivers to the near side. I formation backfield. Here's the give over the left side. Got a first down, still on his feet, still moving his feet. He's inside the 10, all the way down to about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, I've been really impressed tonight with this this Batesville running attack, and it doesn't matter who they put back there, as all these running backs are getting carries. But I think that goes to show what a job this offensive line has done for Batesville tonight.
Troy Stapleton, senior running back on the carry, and it'll be a first down. Looks like at the 8-yard line. 11th play of the drive coming up, and officially 2 receivers to the right. McDonald gives it off to Hutchins. Hutchins sidesteps a tackler and gets down to about the 6, maybe the 5. Spot the ball at the 6. It's second and goal from there for the Pioneers. 7:53 to play in the game. They are taking their time between
plays.
Yes,
they are.
Letting that clock wind down. Offset I. Give it off to Hutchins over the right side. He's inside the 5, down to about the 4.
Yeah, they're just lining up with Hutchins when they need these short yardage, and they're just saying, tackle me, and so far it's worked out for the Pioneers.
3rd and goal from the 4. Sent 2 fresh bodies in as the clock hits the 7:05 mark of the 4th. 2 receivers wide near side to the left. That's a running play over the left side. Valley View snuffs that one out for no gain, it appears.
Yeah, and this is a field goal situation for the Pioneers. Look like they're going to go for that field goal.
Well, they missed a field goal in the first quarter. This will be a lot closer. The line of scrimmage will be the 5. So this will be roughly a 23-yard attempt for Aldo Gallardo.
Down in this same end zone is where he missed his PAT.
Yeah. Here's a snap. Kick in the air. Looks like he missed another one, or did he? He got it.
He got it. Snuck it through.
Looked like he got it just inside that left upright, but it is good. So Batesville extends its lead. It's now 16-7 with 6:08 to play in the game. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
No matter what the season, it's always a great time to go to Wings to Go. Whether it's football, whether it's basketball, whether it's baseball, whether it's wrestling, whether it's anything, the wings, the salads, the hamburgers, everything they have at Wings to Go is always flavorful and it's always ready. All that has to happen is you come down and enjoy it.
Happy winging from Wings to Go. Batesville has extended its lead to 16-7 off a 23-yard field goal from Aldo Gallardo. And Valley View has work to do.
We've seen this offense strike quick. We do have that wind at our backs, or like you said, a crosswind, but we're going to have to score quick.
Here's the kick. It will go out of bounds, so Valley View will get it at the 35-yard line most likely. Best thing about that is no time goes off the clock.
No time and good field position.
Time definitely a factor now. Boy, these Batesville coaches and players trying to keep this crowd in the game and keep them active and noisy, which they have been most of the night. Valley View gets it back at the 35 with 6:08 to play. Blazers send two receivers wide to each side. Turley out of the gun. Caldwell on his right hip. Low snap. He's able to get it away. Fires incomplete on the screen pass. The intended target was Jackson Harmon, but he just missed him. And so many of those passes have just been just off tonight.
Yep, just off. And I think Jackson may have had a little bit of alligator arms there because, the guy he was going to have to make miss. The unblocked guy was breathing down his neck.
2nd and 10 from the 35. Receivers 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Now Caldwell motions to the other side. And Turley's caught and sacked in the backfield. It is all Batesville right now.
Yep.
That'll be a loss of 3 back to the 32. And sets up 3rd and 13 for the Blazers. Three receivers right, Harmon to the left. Turley back to throw. Looking for Harmon on the deep ball, far sideline, beyond his reach. It's 4th down. You almost got to go for it here, do you think?
I think with the way Batesville has been able to run the football tonight, you almost have to.
Yeah. So it's 4th and 13 for Valley View from the 32-yard line. Two receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Empty backfield for Carson Turley. Rolling near side. He's being pressured. Fires on the run. Catch made by Wilson.
He's going to be short.
Down. Looks like he's caught about a yard shy of the first down marker.
Yep, and it wasn't for a lack of effort by Mark on that play. He cut back inside instead of trying to run wide to get. He knew how many yards he had to get. It just came up 1 yard short.
1 yard shy, probably less than a yard. So Batesville will get it back. They'll start at the 44. As they take over with 5:25 to play in the game, leading 16-7. They're already shooting off the celebratory fireworks.
Yeah, I don't. It is what it is.
Yep. They'll come with two receivers to the right as they go I formation backfield. McDonald under center. Got to have a turnover here. They'll give it off to the tailback. He's gobbled up at the line of scrimmage. Second effort, able to force the ball forward a couple of yards on the second effort. Gets 2, brings up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and I think that the Blazer defense here, I do not believe that the Pioneers are going to put the football in the air. So I think that you can expect run and do everything you can to try to force a turnover.
2nd and 8 from the 42. Time is the ally of the Pioneers right now. We're at 4:50 to play as they're still in the huddle. Now they break it. Send Strickland to the near side and Wentz to the right. I formation. Give it off to the tailback. He's able to sidestep the first tackler and get a couple of yards.
Got a late flag. I don't know if that's against the Pioneers. That's huge, but
Maybe. They're on the back pedal. Meanwhile, it has gone final at Raider Field with Wynn defeating Nettleton 28-7. Well, they're still discussing, so I'm not sure what that penalty's about. Batesville backed up like they expected to do against them.
Yeah, it was late.
We were about to get a signal, and then the official, the white hat, turned around and went back. And it's a personal foul against Batesville.
Well, that's huge because that'll stop the clock, puts them in a third and long situation here.
Third and around 20, maybe a little over 20. Ball will be spotted after the step off at the 44-yard line with 4:31 to play. It's third and about 22.
Temptation would be to throw the football, but we've seen it a lot this year where Blazers come up with a huge play.
Third and 21, actually, if I did the math correctly. I formation on third and long. Give it off to the tailback, and he spins out of one tackle, but not the second as he gets up to about the 46-yard line. Batesville will most likely punt this away.
Yeah. Big stop by the Blazer defense right there and did it as efficient as you possibly could.
So the ball is spotted just shy of the 46. There's 4:03 to play and the clock ticking. Batesville will take plenty of time here before they snap this ball and kick it away. Punter is Jace Jeffrey, standing at his own 32. That's Galloway and Cullen, I believe, back to return for Valley View. Big punting into the crosswind. Here comes the rush. Low line drive kick. There will be no return, and it will roll dead at about the 30-yard line or the 31, maybe the 31.
Yeah. Well, defense did its job. Gave the offense a chance. 3.5 minutes to play. See if we can't get us a quick score and then have a little fun.
So the Blazers start at the 31. Two receivers wide to each side. Turley, or rather Cobble on Turley's right hip. Turley to throw, sets up, fires incomplete. Just threw that one behind Harmon, and that's kind of been the story of the night.
Yep. We haven't seen Carson be this off with his passes very often this season. But, second down 10, you don't have to get it all at once. You just got to get it quick.
Second and 10 from the 31, and we got flags and whistles just as the ball is snapped.
Yeah, looks like we got a head start out there on the outside.
So that'll cost the Blazers 5 yards. And they are feeling it here at Pioneer Stadium. 3:23 to play. Batesville leading 16-7. Ball will be at the 26-yard line on 2nd and 15 for Valley View. Two receivers wide, left and right. Not sure what the holdup is right now. Do you have any idea?
No. I don't know.
Okay, they want to reset the game clock and put 2 more seconds on the clock.
2 seconds.
Well, we won't complain about that.
Nope.
2nd and 15. Two receivers left and right. Turley back to throw. Got time. Sets up. Fires over the middle. That will be well beyond the reach of Mark Wilson. It's third down. 3:18 to play in the game.
Well, we need to get about half of this back on this play right here.
Trips to the near side. One receiver to the left. Turley to throw. Here comes pressure. He gets rid of it. Got a receiver on the sideline. That ball is caught near midfield. Did he hang on to it?
No, they're gonna rule that he never had possession. Well, Slade caught that football, but the ground popped it loose. They're going to give it to him.
Yep, that's a completed pass to the 50-yard line, or maybe the 49 of Batesville.
We're going to get up and go quickly here.
So move the chains for Valley View. The ball is just across the 50. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Turley back to throw. Now he's flush. He's going to tuck and run. He's got some room. Runs laterally across the 45, steps out of bounds at the 40, just shy of the first down marker. Will stop the clock with 2:56 to play in the game. Brings up a 2nd and 1 from the 40.
It's one of the few times that Carson has had some room to run. Bates has done a good job of containing him tonight.
Three receivers to the right, Harmon off to the left. Early out of the gun, Cauble on his hip. He's back to throw on 2nd down. Here comes pressure. He's being chased, gets rid of it, and throws that one away.
Yeah, probably a smart play right there. I do think he would have outran that one man, but at the same time, that takes a lot of valuable time off the clock.
2:49 left in the game. Valley View trailing 16-7. Both teams have their full complements of timeouts left here in the second half, if the clock is correct. 2 receivers to each side on 2nd and 1. Now what are they doing?
No, I'm not sure what we got going.
Did you hear that?
Well, now they're going intentional grounding.
Yeah. That's an awful late.
It's almost like they changed their mind. I'm not sure it was the incorrect call, but now it's a 3rd and a long ways, 3rd and 11 here.
Yep. Moves the ball back to the 50 after what was apparently an intentional grounding penalty that took them a long time to make that decision. And now it's 3rd and 11 from the 50. 2 receivers to each side for Turley. Back to throw. He's flushed. Now he fires across the middle. That ball will be incomplete. Harmon was the intended target, but again, he just couldn't run that one down. And it's 4th and long for Valley View. Play of the game coming up right here.
This football game comes down to this play.
2:42 remaining. Brooklyn and Forest City tied at 24 with 4 minutes to play in the 3rd period down in St. Francis County. Here it's 4th and 11 for Valley View from the 50. 2 receivers wide to each side. Turley out of the gun, Cauble on his hip. Turley to throw. Down he goes. Sacked. Back at the 44 as the wall collapsed on Carson Turley, and Batesville's going to win this football game.
Yep, they are, and it was a hard-fought win, but they did what they had to do.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to them. And the Valley View win streak will end at 8 games heading into the playoffs next week. Home game against somebody from the West, either Farmington, Prairie Grove, or Harrison. Batesville will get the ball back here at the 45. Pioneers send 2 receivers to the left, I formation backfield. Give it off to the tailback, running right side. He's met at the line of scrimmage. Got some second effort running. We'll see where they spot the ball. Looks like it'll be a gain of about 1. Now Valley View will take the timeout to stop the clock with 2:26 to play. 2:26 according to the official as they ask him to reset the game clock. So we'll pause for 30 seconds. Batesville leads it 16-7. We're back here in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Save $80 on the spot at Plaza Tire Service when you purchase 4 in-stock Nokia and 1 tires. That's instant savings right now at Plaza Tire Service. No forms to complete, no waiting for a card in the mail. Plus, you can make the purchase easy on your wallet with a Plaza Tire Service credit card, featuring 6 months deferred interest on purchases over $149 or one of our no credit needed financing solutions. For limited time, save $80 instantly on 4 in-stock Nokia and 1 tires for your car, exclusively at Plaza Tire Service.
2 minutes, 26 seconds left as we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium, where Batesville will upset Valley View tonight. They lead at 16-7. Batesville with the football, facing a 2nd and 9 from the Blazer 44-yard line. Running play for the Pioneers as they come over the near side for a short gain of about 2. It'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Yep. We'll call our second timeout.
So again, that will pause the clock with 2:16 to play. Again, Valley View trails Batesville 16-7. We'll return in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
When you bank at First Security, you're choosing
So it
better
looks like
for yourself
Valley View will
and
be the
fellow
1,
Arkansans.
Win will be the 2.
Better service.
Batesville's going to be the
friendly
3, and the
professionals
Raiders will be
who
the
really
4.
invest in your
because Raiders
goals.
beat
Better
Southside
solutions
head-to-head,
with
and they're going to
convenient
tie
tools
4
and
and
smart
3 in the league.
resources.
Okay.
And better
So
support
there's your 4
for the
playoff
things
teams.
that
So
matter
Batesville
to
gets
you,
the last laugh
as well as the
on Southside.
communities that
Okay.
matter to us all. Because finding your better at First Security makes Arkansas better too. First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
We're back at Pioneer Stadium. 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the football game. Batesville leading Valley View 16-7. The Pioneers facing a 3rd and 7 from the Valley View 43-yard line. Valley View's down to one final timeout. Here come the Pioneers to the line of scrimmage. And we've got a timeout this time taken by Batesville. Let's just hold it here. So, Coach, you think you've got this playoff scenario figured out for next week for the 5A East?
I believe it'll be correct. I've been wrong many a time before, but the way that my math figures it, it's going to be Valley View is the 1 seed. With win with their victory tonight will be the 2. Batesville with their we assume that they're going to hang on to this victory tonight. They'll be the 3. And the Nettleton Raiders will back into the playoffs as the 4 seed based on their head-to-head victory over Southside. Right. And so, in a weird way, as mad as the Pioneers were last Friday night, they had the last laugh on that Southside bunch.
Well, I guarantee you this helped get some of that bitter taste out of their mouth.
Yes, it did.
Meanwhile, Valley View's got the task now of regrouping and heading into the playoffs with the loss of a lot of momentum that they had coming into this game. Here come the Pioneers with 2 receivers to the right on 3rd and 7. They'll give it off to Hutchins, a tailback. He's met and strung out in the backfield and will lose a couple of yards here back to about the 45.
Yeah, and Valley View will call their final timeout here, so we'll get the football back. Just not a lot of time to work with and no timeouts. But you're correct, yeah, and we talked about it, but Valley View really didn't have anything to play for this week. It's a difficult situation. It's a good situation to be in, that you've wrapped up your playoff berth before your last game. But some uncharacteristic mistakes. We had, I remember 6 procedure penalties that we've had on both, on equal sides of the football.
Right.
We had 2 or 3 big drops tonight, and we weren't as accurate as we have been throwing the football. So those are all things that you can fix. You hope that this gains the focus of this Valley View football team heading into next week. Need a huge crowd, obviously, for that opening round playoff game.
Could this be an attention getter for the Blazers?
You hope that's, and I think it's all you're gonna know. Coach Cockrell and his staff will know, I believe, in the first 15 minutes of practice on Monday. If the guys come in and they're laser focused and locked in, then then yeah, it did. But if they come in and they still got their dauber down, then you got work to do all week to get them back up and ready to play.
2:08 remaining. Here come the Pioneers on 4th and 9. They're showing go for it now. They'll take a timeout.
They're wanting to savor this.
They're stretching it out as much as they can.
This big crowd on senior night, they're wanting to savor every second they possibly can.
All right, we'll pause here for 30 seconds. Valley View trails Batesville 16-7. Back in 30 seconds on the EAB Sports Network.
Don't let your credit stop you from getting your next vehicle. Drive your deal to the max at a dealer financing you. Automax of Jonesboro. Hi folks, Craig Stone here. If you need to upgrade your ride, don't worry about your past. Come to Automax. At Automax, we have financing to fit your budget with affordable monthly payments and low down payments. Give us a call at 870-934-9200 or speed up your approval by applying online at automaxjonesboro.com. And hey, we buy cars too, even if you don't buy ours. So if you're looking to buy new, give us a chance to buy yours and ensure you get the most out of your trade-in. Automax, financing you.
Back here at Pioneer Stadium, set to resume action after the timeout. It's 4th and 9 for Batesville. McDonald back to throw. He makes the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he was out of bounds.
Pass, so.
Heck of a catch.
Yeah, it was a great catch by Strickland, who caught that touchdown pass earlier, but he was about 3 yards deep on the sideline when he caught it. And Valley View will get the turnover on downs and get it back. Starting from near midfield. The ball will be at the 44-yard line.
And, I think what could go a long way with the momentum of this football team is go get a score right here. Use this 2-minute offense in literally 2 minutes and 1 second. Go get you a touchdown.
2 receivers each side. Turley back to throw. A pump fakes, fires incomplete for Wilson. Again, it's been that way all night.
Yep. Yeah, just another, it wasn't an easy catch, but that's a catch that Mark's made all year long.
So it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 44. 1:57 to play as we lost 4 seconds on that play. Again, twins to each side. Turley to throw. Flushed. Fires on the sideline, and that's well overthrown. Not even close to Wilson that time.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the pass or it was the route, but something wasn't in sync on that play.
Absolutely not. Brings up 3rd and 10 for the View. From the 44. Trips right, twins left. Empty backfield for Turley. Now he's going to tuck and run, and they'll throw him down hard at about the 37-yard line. It'll be 4th down.
That's a scary play with 1:35 to go in football game right there.
4th and 7, 2 receivers to each side. Turley out of the gun, Cobble on his right hip. He's back to throw. Looking, and down he goes. Came from the blind side, and that will kind of put the exclamation point on it for the Pioneers. Batesville will get the ball back with 1:20 to play. At the 41-yard line of Valley View. Victory formation, and McDonald takes the knee on the first down play. Still a little over a minute to play, so they're going to have to snap it a couple more times. And that should finish it off. So the Pioneers able to get the upset of Valley View tonight as they win it 16-7. Valley View will be back at home next week for the first round of the playoffs against either Farmington, Harrison, or Prairie Grove. We'll pause for a 2-minute timeout. We will return with our more air conditioning post-game show back in 2 minutes on the EAB Sports Network.
Hello, I'm estate planning and elder law attorney Chad Oldham. More and more often today, I hear clients tell me that the only thing golden about the golden years is that it takes all the gold to grow old. Don't be a victim of rising healthcare and nursing home costs. Be prepared. Have a plan. Contact us today to find out how we help our clients protect and preserve assets for family and future generations.
That was Caldwell,
the Oldham Law
touchdown
Firm,
pass,
603 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, or visit us on the web at oldhamlawfirm.com.
Now you can enjoy the great taste of Japan in downtown Jonesboro. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine has all your favorites from steak and chicken to seafood and sushi. Bamboo also has house poke bowls, or you can build your own bowl. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine with hibachi, sushi, and seafood is open Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner, and discounts are available for students. So stop by and dine in with us, or log on to BambooJapaneseCuisine.com and like them on Facebook. Bamboo Japanese Cuisine on the corner of Main and Huntington in downtown Jonesboro.
Tired of slow internet? Feel like you're stuck in the old days? It's time to catch up with Empower, delivered by Craighead Electric. Thanks to Empower, you don't have to wait for high-speed internet. Our new cutting-edge technology makes our services more reliable and faster than the competition. Call 870-336-0999 to check internet availability in your area. That's 870-336-0999. Empower, high-speed internet for your neck of the woods.
Whether you're replacing an old appliance or whole kitchen, the appliances you need are right around the corner. With GE Appliances at Tucker's Appliance Superstore in Jonesboro. Shop timeless designs and time-saving features on the appliances that are built to last in the busiest homes. Visit Tucker's Appliance today and upgrade your home your way with GE Appliances and your local experts. Shop Tucker's Appliance today and save.
Well, we welcome you back to Pioneer Stadium. Randy Myers along with Jason Smith under the headset in the NEA Baptist broadcast position as we welcome you into our More Air Conditioning postgame show on the heels of a 16-7 Batesville win over Valley View. Be sure and tune in to the Ticket Radio Network Tuesdays at 5 as we present the More Air Conditioning Offensive Lineman of the Week. That's right, more rewarding the guys in the trenches all year long. It's the More Air Conditioning Offensive Lineman of the Week. It happens Tuesdays at 5 on the Ticket Radio Network. Again, 16-7 your final score as we recap scoring. Valley View drew first blood. The Blazers got on the board with 7:02 to play in the second period on a 12-yard pass from Carson Turley to Slade Caldwell. The kick was good by Brody Dix. The drive in 9 plays. Valley View leading 7-0 at that point, but Batesville immediately answered on the ensuing possession. They covered an 82-yard field in 7 plays, capped off with an 18-yard run by Holden Hutchins. The extra point kick was blocked, and Valley View led 7-6 at that point. That remained our halftime score. Batesville took the lead with 8:51 to play in the third on a 32-yard pass from Rhett McDonald to Jeremiah Strickland. The extra point kick was good. It was a 6-play, 51-yard scoring drive to put Batesville 7. They extended the lead by 3 with 6:08 to play in the game of the fourth quarter on a 23-yard field goal by Aldo Gallardo to set the final score at 16-7 as the Pioneers get the win on a tough night for Valley View, Coach.
Yeah, it really was, and it was just, it was just uncharacteristic of what we've seen from this Blazer football team. Mistakes pre-snap, had several of those, had several drops. Pass game was off just a little bit, and then I feel like that Batesville's offensive line kind of dominated the line of scrimmage when Batesville had the football, as they had several running backs have positive gains. But you gotta rinse that one off, flush it, whatever you want to call it, because the playoffs are here.
No doubt about that. You try to find there just wasn't a whole lot of positives for the Valley View offense tonight, but I thought Slade Caldwell ran the ball hard. He, of course, caught the touchdown pass, his first receiving touchdown of the year, and so Slade will be our JOSM player of the game for tonight's broadcast. Player of the game brought to you by Jonesboro Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, getting you back in the game for more than 40 years. So that's the story tonight, as Valley View ends the regular season with an upset loss at the hands of Batesville, 16-7 your final score. Valley View will be back at home next week for the first round of the playoffs as the 1 seed out of the 5A East. Valley View will have to settle as conference co-champs would win, but Valley View does get the 1 seed by virtue of their head-to-head win over win during the regular season. And we will be at home next week against an opponent that's still to be determined. We figure it's going to be either Farmington, Harrison,